Yo, what is going on, kind of funny best friends? It's your guy, Snowbike Mike, back again on a lovely Tuesday with my dude, Blessing. Bless, what's up, homie?
Mike, how's it going? How you doing?
You know what, Bless? I'm feeling good. I went to the dentist this morning, had a fantastic dentist appointment. So happy with it. And now I get to kick it with you playing some video games, bro.
Hell yeah. Mike, I was just talking to you, Barrett, and then earlier Roger about the Steam Deck, and I can't get enough of this thing. It's probably gonna become my personality for the next at
hmm
least
hmm
year and a half. Cause nonstop, I've just been like having a great time with it. I've been downloading certain games. I can't say what kinds of games, but let me tell you, there are games from my childhood that I
Playing
absolutely
games.
loved,
He's playing games, yo.
and I'm playing them. I am playing them. How am I playing them? You know, means, Mike. You know what I mean? I'm having a
He's
blast.
playing games. He's playing games. Bear, just so you know, I cannot hear. Just letting you know on that one. No big deal. But
Interesting.
Blessing, today we're playing a different game. People are asking about Dark Souls. We put Dark Souls
That's
away,
why.
and you've switched up. What are we playing today?
Mike, I wanted to check out this game called Umurangi Generation. It's one that Greg told me about a couple weeks ago on a Games Daily. It's basically a game that looks like Jet Set Radio, but it's a photography game that I thought looked really cool and
Okay.
really fascinating. So I wanted to check it out.
Okay. Well, let's find out what it's all about. Twitch chat. We get to have our first impressions today of this game right here. It is on Game Pass. I saw it last night on Game Pass as well. If you get interested.
Now, Mike, can I ask you about your gamer score? Because here in chat, right, somebody
Yeah,
mentioned,
gamer score.
somebody brought up that like, oh dang, blessed with the gamer score is 7,000, which I assume is
7,000?
not a lot because
No.
I barely play on my Xbox.
Yes.
What are
My
you
gamer
rocking?
score, I've just surpassed 100,000. We
Wow.
made that a big deal
Wow.
recently, and that's a very small number to many. I'm not a big achievement hunter. I don't really care for achievements. I just play, and if they pop, they pop. I have met a lot of achievement hunters in my day who really take it seriously and grind out. But no, I'm at 100,000+ now. Happy as can be, but gamer score to me, not that big a deal. It's not really what I care about.
Gotcha. Yeah, like it's funny looking at my gamer score like compared to like I'm sure a lot of other people who have incredible gamer scores, but it's also like so evident of like, yeah, man, I don't play on my Xbox enough. And I think like it's getting better and better as the years go because Xbox Game Pass gives me more reason to check out Xbox. Because like right now, Umurangi Generation, I'm playing off of Xbox Game Pass, right? That's how I've gotten access to the game. But then like aside from that, right, like games like Prey that I played through on my Xbox, and like I played that because of the FPS boost and how good it runs with backwards compatibility. But yeah, like it's also a thing I don't pay attention to as much because I've never gotten, in the way that I've platinum, probably like maybe like 10, maybe 11 and 12 PlayStation games.
Yes.
I've never gotten the full gamer score on any Xbox game. I can't even tell you
Same.
what the full gamer score is. Is that 1,000?
1,000.
1,000? Yeah, I've never gotten a 1,000 gamer score on any individual game.
My first and only game that I actively tried to get 1,000 gamer score on was Maneater because I fell in love with that game. I loved that game so much. So we did a big deal of me trying to 100% that game and do it all. So I loved that. But no, I don't actively seek out gamer score. It's fine. It's a number next to your name. If you're into it, I love it. If you like achievements, that's great. But I'm here just to play some games. I'm not worried about finding out how to collect 50,000 dandelions.
That's my thing, right? Like I've been thinking a lot about how, and I kind of want to make a blessing show on this, right? Like the different kind of players we have in video games, the different ways that people experience games, because you know Greg is the platinum hunter, right? He likes completionist stuff. And I think that's why he likes games like Assassin's Creed. That's why he likes games like Dying Light 2, even though I think a lot of us say like Dying Light 2. Like he loves completing every single task you can do in a video game, and I think that's where he gets a lot of enjoyment. And he also loves like cozy games and story and stuff like that, right? Which I think is separate, but I think leads into the what drives us in video games. Whereas like me, I'm like, dude, give me a fighting game. Like give me a game that's gonna like beat my ass and that I gotta like work real hard to get better at, right? Like give me a game, I'm like Andy Cortez, right? Like give me a game with a dash and a parry that I can go crazy. And like those are the kind of things that I gravitate to, and I think it'd be fascinating to like see like, all right, yeah, here are the different ways that people enjoy video games and why that is, like what they look for. Because for me, that's why I don't have that many platinums, is like I don't find enjoyment out of like complete, like fully 100%ing video games. For me, I'm like, yo, let me get into whatever I'm enjoying, get through the story and get out, right? Like that's how I did Horizon Forbidden West, where I played the 35 to 40 hours it took for me to beat it. And then once I beat it, I was like, cool, I think I'm done here. And then I move on to the next thing.
No, you know, there's some cool stuff back in the day with achievements that they had. Like you could earn, you know, chat, you can correct me, but I believe if you unlock certain achievements, you could unlock like avatar clothing for your avatars. And then they also had achievement art. So for like certain achievements you unlocked, they had like a special art for it that you could make as your Xbox home, like display, we'll call it. I don't know what they call that, the background, right? But nothing's been as cool as the dynamic background. So for me, none of that really resonated with.
Fair, what about you? What's your game score looking like?
Hold on. I can probably check on the Xbox app, right? On my PC. Let's see.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because you don't fuck that hard with Xbox either in terms of like a main platform, right?
Yeah, and like I haven't, like I had an account on the 360 era, but like that's not the same account that I have today, right? Like I essentially had to restart once I got my Series S last year. So if I look now, right?
Oh shit, I can change these guys' poses.
Where can I find my gamer score here? And also, why is my scroll button automatically scrolling up? What is that about? Let's see here. My gamer score as of now is 5,810 gamer score, and that's without. I don't even have Psychonauts 2 at 1,000. I could probably go back and get that though.
Well, y'all saw it. He just got 100 gamer score for taking a photo of a penguin.
Hell
So
yeah.
if you want a quick 100, there you go. I see a lot of people saying, you know, achievements aren't my thing, but I do love the Microsoft rewards. And yeah, you can complete those quests by getting achievements in certain games, and then you'll earn back Microsoft reward points that could get you your like Game Pass Ultimate subscription, or you can donate your reward points like I do. But yeah, that's another cool feature that a lot of people take advantage of is Microsoft rewards.
That's the thing that I keep forgetting I can do that I wish they had more of on PlayStation is like playing to get getting trophies to get rewards. I think that's something that people have been asking for a long time. And I think they've done it in like one-off scenarios, but it's not been a consistent thing for PlayStation.
I am proud of the 15 platinums that I have for PlayStation, though, Bless. And you know what?
15.
Yeah. I think, what was it that I most recently platinumed? Sifu. Sifu was my 15.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it brought me up to the silver tier on PlayStation, right? And that's the same tier as Greg Miller.
I mean, Greg Miller acts like he has this incredible collection of trophies, but like if that's the case, why are we all silver? Like why are all of us in the same category?
Yeah, exactly, right? Like if we're all silver, like is the extra work Greg's putting into platinuming Z the Ball or whatever the fuck that game was, is all that extra work worth it, you know?
Oh, there it is. I turned my sensitivity up, and now my character is turning like crazy. I love this.
Now you're unstoppable.
I'm trying to figure out how to get up there, because obviously like there's a thing I can get when I get up there, but that seems like it's a puzzle.
This
Okay,
is really intense music now. Like I was expecting a chill vibe, or we're gonna take a picture of some pigeons, but now the music is like you're about to have a boss battle.
All right, so I gotta take a picture of 2 markers, a Union Jack, the word mix, a disposable camera, 7 birds, the mountain Mao, and 2 boom boxes. Okay. Mike, have you ever had a history with like photography, video games? I know Tone was one that like Greg Miller and Jenna Garcia couldn't get enough of.
I mean, of course,
Pokemon
I grew
Snap
up
is
with
like
Pokemon Snap, right? I'm a N64 kid, so I grew up with Pokemon Snap. That was a big deal to me. But after that, no, I could care less about these games, right? I saw Paparazzi come out. That might pique my interest. I might try, but no, I haven't played anything else.
I love this music.
This is on Game Pass. That exposure it is. Oh, I do play Elden Ring, Snap. You're right, Zach. You're right. I do bring my photo maker into Elden Ring, and I make Kevin and Andy fight everything for me, and then I just take photos of the battle the whole time. So you're right. I do that. My bad.
Did you even help with the fire giant last night, Mike?
Oh, no, hell no, hell no. I think we fought one boss. I closed my eyes during it. It was pretty awesome.
That was me with Ghost of Tsushima. There it is, Mountain Mao. I was expecting the mountain to look a little bit more extravagant than this lump in the background.
Well, it's in the distance, Bless. How detailed do you want it to be? When you look at a mountain, when you look at a mountain from a few miles away, do you see all of the detail in it? I don't think so.
I guess not, but I would expect it to have at least one detail on it. Like, that has no texture.
But it's also, you know, it's the way the light's shining on it. Like, it seems like the sun is like, you know, it's in between you and where the light source is coming from, right? So of course you're not going to get the same, you know, level of detail.
Oh, there it is. There's the jump. I'm like really nervous about falling off this thing. Oh God. Oh shit. Oh, 2 paint cans.
Hidden area.
I don't think I got it. Hold on. There we go. I gotta focus in.
You need both of the paint cans, don't you?
I thought I got both of the paint cans from that angle. Maybe not. It's not even wait. Oh, I died.
Oh.
I didn't know you could die in this game.
Maybe I can just get these two.
Water bottles.
Oh yeah, those are. Oh, hold on. Maybe yeah. Maybe these are just the spray cans. Maybe these don't count as the paint cans. Oh, I guess never mind. I'm thinking of the Toon Boom boxes. They did not ask me for paint cans. Here's one.
There's one at your feet as well. Maybe I get both these in one snap. There it is. Yeah, I also wasn't a Pokemon Snap person. Oh, okay.
I think mainly because I didn't own it though. Like, I think if I owned it as a kid, I probably would have gotten really into it. But I've not had a photography-specific game that I've gotten super into. But in the games that I'm liking that like have beautiful landscapes, again like Ghost of Tsushima, I found myself pausing probably around every 20 minutes to take a picture.
Yeah, I'm really bad with photo mode. Like, Washi's really into photography, so he knows how to change everything up and make it look good. I like know how to make it go black and white or put on like a super intense color filter, and that's about it, you know. So I don't really mess with those anymore. I did appreciate though in Ghost of Tsushima when you played co-op, you could actually photo mode together, which was pretty lit. I'll give him that.
Yeah, no, that was super. Oh, we never got around to doing the raid, did we?
We get raid ready.
That actually bums me out because the raid is like the best part of the multiplayer. All right, what do you want from me? What does this thing want from me?
Yeah, but I hear there's nothing to do after the raid, right, Bless? So it's like if you do the raid, then what else is there? So you might as well just like keep putting it off, you know?
Just like beating Breath of the Wild, yeah. It's like, why would you allow it to end?
Spoilers for Mike, I guess.
Spoilers, you beat Ganon. I like the vibe of this game. Like, I like the music, I like the art style.
What's the but, though?
I don't know if the gameplay is going to keep me in. I think this is definitely for a specific type of player. Because, like, when it comes to scavenger hunt type stuff, it's very hit or miss for me. How do I zoom? That's what I want to know. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's a water bottle.
NSA Surveillance Truck 17 asks, Mike, did you fix your Tahoe Adventures vlog video issues? What video issues do you have, Mikey?
You know what, Bear? When I'm shooting on my iPhone, people are saying it shoots in HDR, which then when I try to export my video on Adobe Premiere, it washes out all the color. And so on my next one, we'll figure it out, you know what I mean? But there won't be one this week because there's no morning show this week. Right. So we'll see. But I mean, no, it's really weird, Bear, because it looks great on my phone, of course. Right. It even looks good inside of Adobe, when I'm making it, and then when
Well,
I
yeah,
export
when
it all of a
it's-
sudden gets weird. You
When
know?
it's, you know, inside of
Too bad.
Adobe, it's still taking that raw file, which is HDR, and you're exporting it as non-HDR. So because, you know, the HDR file has all of those colors, you're not exporting in HDR, so that's why those colors get washed out. So most likely what you might want to do, especially because I know, you know, Apple, you know, iPhone recordings can get a little like weird, like transporting them to Adobe, unless you're editing on a Mac itself. You might want to start recording without HDR, which I know wouldn't have the same amount of color, but I don't think the end product would be as washed out as shooting in HDR and then exporting without the HDR.
I'm looking for the word mix. It wants me to take a picture of the word mix.
Did you read that whole paragraph over there? Because that's got a lot of words on that.
Caught by the light of day, the nameless mountain who was dragged to the ocean to die. Once he was caught by the light, his new family embraced him as their own. Steep. Poetry. It's Kendrick.
Oh, mix is on the screen. I can see it.
Oh, you see it?
Yeah, it's right to your right side by the bird. Right there. You're aiming right at it.
Wait. What am I missing?
Just Baird fucking with you and I. He's got it going on in the video.
I just
Wait,
typed
what?
out the word mix and I'm like moving it around.
God damn it. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
Thanks for
I
rolling
am
with that,
really
Mike. That was
digging
good. That was good.
That was really good. I was like, where the This is a construction area. It also wants me to take a picture of a Union Jack, and I don't know what that means.
It's a guy named Jack in a union.
I'm not gonna lie, that's where my mind took me first. I was like, it must be one of these
It's our
guys.
union rep named Jack, you know?
I've taken pictures of all of them.
Someone says it's
Oh.
the British flag. Says that's what a
Well,
Union
we just
Jack
got it.
No, we just got him. I think
Yeah,
Union
that's
Jack
just
are these
yeah,
people.
Union Jack. Kind of like how you've got, you know, Sad Boy Sean and
Sad Boy Barrett.
Now you
well,
know.
but also who's the Earl the Squirrel and stuff
Earl
like that.
I gotta
Yeah.
call up Earl. I saw Earl this morning before I hit the dentist. He waved at me from the car.
How was the dentist?
Oh, so great, bless. I mean, when
Oh.
you keep up with your teeth, right? The dentist is never bad.
Yeah.
So I go in there. We had a nice, easy cleaning. Took 30 minutes, in and out. Bada bing, bada boom. Doctor comes in. Hey, how's the teeth? Feeling good, looking good. Takes a look. Hey, you good on my side? Peace, bro. Peace. Dap up. You know what I mean?
I don't think I've ever had that experience at a dentist.
I had
Really?
that for a couple of
Oh, I
years.
love it.
There's always like something up with my teeth.
Yeah,
Like, oh, you're gonna need
there's a
5
good couple of
fillings. I'm like,
years
what
that
do you
I didn't
mean
even have, you know, any sort of like the super deep cleaning or like a filling that I needed or anything. And then Mike out of nowhere was heartbreaking. Or like after, you know, 6 months, or like after regularly going to the dentist for a few years, and then, you know, at one point it was just like, oh yeah, you have like 3 cavities. It's like, what? Nothing
Tough.
changed though. Nothing changed. What happened?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I told y'all I got the root canal last year, and I had a great experience with that. You know, my root canal went very, very well. It was super easy. It wasn't painful at all. I actually like watched the lady do it at the same time, which was super awesome to see live. So yeah, I mean, it was no big deal. You just got to keep up with your teeth, people.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know. All right, boys. I'm gonna go make myself a sandwich for lunch.
Okay.
I'm
People
gonna
are
put-
saying with the big colorful wall, bless, it says mix somewhere.
And chat.
Well, right now the problem I'm having is that I don't have film anymore. I'm
Uh
out of film.
oh.
I'm trying to figure out how to replenish.
I didn't
right.
realize
You
this
gotta
was
go
like
back.
a
You gotta
Resident
re-up. You
Evil
gotta
like where
re-up.
you gotta you shoot shots carefully here. And chat. I want to let you know. I'm gonna put ham. I think possibly honey baked ham
Oh, there you go.
on this sandwich. I'm gonna put some pepper jack cheese on that, and I'm also gonna put some ground mustard on that. And it's gonna be delicious. Nothing too fancy, but still delicious.
All right, so on the color wall we got Nikki was here. Art by Skeet.
Skeet. Young Skeet. I know Skeet. I know a Skeet.
It's actually
Good
Keith,
kid.
but
Good kid.
we're gonna rock with Skeet. I don't see mix anywhere.
Really, people y'all saw mix?
Unless it's a different colorful wall. There's this one too. We've got a dope butterfly here. How do I get in there?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't see mix on any of
They
these
were
walls.
lying.
What do I have left? I have the 7 birds and the word mix. This reminds me a little bit of Tony Hawk in a way. Like when you're going through the objectives, trying to figure out how to,
Yeah.
yeah, trying to find the next one. I do want to know what this is about though. This must be like you have to discover the kind of shot it wants you to take. Oh shoot! I might be able to take the 7 birds from here. Unless maybe I can take them in different pictures.
Game over.
Yeah, there's 2 there, and then there's 4 in front of you. So you could technically get 7 with this angle right there. You're gonna get 7.
Yeah, this might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hell yeah, there it is. So now we just need the word mix.
Okay, let's get in the mix. Let's find the mix.
Yeah, this is the game I could see like myself possibly getting into on like my downtime. Like if I'm like on a flight somewhere and I need a Steam Deck game.
Okay.
I think this would be like maybe a good time waster. But at this moment, I don't know if it's one that I'm feeling the drive for right now, Mike. You know?
Oh, I wonder what, like, you know, when you complete this, what's the next world look like, right? Because, like, I watched the trailer last night to see what you wanted to bring to the table. And, like, there's totally some different stuff. All of a sudden, there's, like, you go into, like, a war zone. People are shooting at each other in the streets. Then all of a sudden, you're in, like, a skateboard place. So, like, I think they're just going to change up the areas each and every time to make it look cool.
You think it might be like Unpacking where there's a story?
Oh, God, Unpacking is so good. Unpacking is incredible. What a great game.
Each location might illuminate.
That
some of what's
story
going on
hit
in
me,
the world.
bro. That story got me.
Really?
Oh, yeah, dude. You can feel that. You can definitely get at that one, you know?
We talked about it a little bit on
story.
PSW this last week, where I didn't get that far into Unpacking because I was frustrated that like it wouldn't just let you put things where you wanted to put them. Like a lot of the items have specific places where they're supposed to go, and so like I would put a pan somewhere and I'd be like, why can't I put this pan on this shelf? Why does it have to be on one of these shelves? And like I got frustrated enough for that where I was like, all right, I give up. But I kind of want to go back for the story because I know that's like where a lot of people really loved it. Like I think that Roger was talking about it when he first checked it out. He was like, dude, like he was blown away by the narrative in the game, and like he wasn't expecting it to be that good for story.
So good.
Yo, they're hiding mix somewhere. Like they're really hiding.
Boostback JD says maybe take a look at the cassette, see if that has a mix on it. Maybe
Ooh,
you have
smart.
like, you know,
Smart.
Super Jams mix or something on that.
Garbage. Oh yeah, one of these cassettes definitely has it.
Yeah.
That's a good call. Here we go. Killed it.
Good job, Boostback JD.
Great work. Let's see. Damn, I definitely want to check out this soundtrack on Spotify though.
Cameron Kennedy, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub for 55 months. What up, Cameron? How are you, homie?
Damn, so each shot cost me 10 cents. That's fair.
Congratulations.
Well,
Oh, there you go. You get your payout, bro. You get your payout.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh shit, so yeah, this is like a war situation.
Feeble, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub. And what up, Slightly or Sausage? Thank you as well. But you see the Top Gun Applebee's commercial? No, I have not seen that, McFearme. I mean, I'm ready for Top Gun. Blessing's seen Top Gun.
Dude.
I'm ready for Top Gun.
Top Gun, have you heard any impressions of it? Like, did you check out the
Yours? No, I have not seen that. I've seen yours on Twitter, Joey's, and Hideo Kojima's. The only three people that matter.
I love that you saw Hideo Kojima's because like that was one of the first ones I saw coming out of the movie, and I was like, oh shit, okay, he loves it as much as I do because I fucking loved Top Gun Maverick way more than I thought I was going to. I've never been like a Top Gun person, and I'm like, have you been? Is Top Gun a movie you saw recently, or was that one that you grew up with?
No, we saw that during the 80s action movie night, so very recent, within the last year.
Yeah, Top Gun is one that I didn't remember a thing about it. Like, that was definitely a cable staple. Like, it's one that you would go onto certain channels and Top Gun would always be playing. So I watched it in that way, but I never retained anything. And so I went back and I watched it right before going to see Maverick. And after I finished watching the original Top Gun, I was like, all right, yeah, like, I see why people would have loved this back in the day, but I don't know if it's one that excites me today. And it actually had me very nervous to go into Maverick because I was like, oh, is this going to be boring? Like, am I going to even enjoy this? And when I tell you that I came out of that movie, like, in love with it, I was blown away by Maverick. I think you're going to have a great time.
Look at that. You're going down, bro. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm very, very excited about that one. Looking forward to it.
All right, I'm back, boys.
What's up, Aaron?
I was had you guys up on my phone.
Thank you.
But because I was, you know, just in case something happens, I gotta run back while I'm making the sandwich. And what was it? Paramount TV ad played, and one of the highlights that it showed was SpongeBob, and it just like kind of like it fucks me up every once in a while where I'm like, God damn, SpongeBob is 23 years old at this point.
Holy shit.
I know.
Oh my god.
I know.
That's fucking wild.
I was 4 years old when that shit started.
Now, Mike, I'm thinking I'm ready to switch over to Vampire.
Oh,
the
really?
Masquerade Blood Hunt. Yeah.
You sure? Okay. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Whatever you're in the mood.
I think I've gotten what I've needed out of this.
You've seen what you needed here. Okay.
I've seen what I've needed to see. This seems like this game seems cool, but also seems like one that I would prefer to play on like downtime, like when I'm trying to relax.
Okay.
It's almost like way too chill of a game for stream.
People are chilling with it, but yeah, if you want to switch whenever, big dog, when the moment you turn this off, we'll switch. Until then, do you, bro? We're on your schedule here, no rush.
I'm not to switch to some Blood Hunt. Let's do some Blood
Okay.
Hunt.
Whatever you
That's
want.
another one I want to check out because I've heard you said that it's good, right?
Yeah, we've been enjoying it. It is in the Rolodex. It's not my go-to. It's not an Apex, Fortnite, Warzone type thing, but it is a hey, if you want to switch it up on whatever day, this is actually a decent battle royale here. It's definitely on the likes of movement-wise of Hyperscape, where you got to go really fast and be moving. But it's all right. I give it a solid passing grade. It's a passing grade.
Passing. All right, let's switch over. Unless you prefer to do like Fortnite or something, which I could be down for as well.
No, let's play some Blood Hunt for a little bit. We can switch. We can go any which way you want.
Or
big
there's
dog.
Apex. There's also Apex, which I keep forgetting that there's a new Apex season, which I could be very down for actually.
I mean, we'll watch you play Apex, big dog, if you want to turn it on. New hero, new character. It's all your call, bro. You
Let's do Apex.
Okay, click on it.
Do you want to hop into Apex?
No, I don't have that downloaded. I uninstalled Apex a long time ago because I knew I wasn't good at it, so I knew better. And I said goodbye Apex forever. And sometimes you got to do that. You know what I mean? Bless you. Got to be willing to say I'm not good enough. You know what I mean? Not good enough.
Okay, let's do Blood Hunt then.
Okay.
Let's get it. Bear, I will have to switch over the console, so you have to give me a second.
Yeah, don't worry.
No rush.
All the kids see now is a black screen. They don't have to worry about it.
Sick.
I see the void.
See the void, y'all. Get into the void.
Look deep into the void. God, yeah, Mike, I'm in a Fall Guys mood, you know.
Oh, are you really? You know,
Yeah.
I've been going back to it the past couple of weeks. Been playing every now and then for a couple
Well,
hours.
it's unfortunate because
just
like
to try to get back.
I
in
want
the
it on
mood.
my Xbox now, but we gotta wait a month, you know.
Yeah,
I was
here's
really
one
hoping
thing.
for like the day, like it's coming out today on Xbox and Switch.
Yeah, can we all come together as a collective here? Let's all come together as a collective. Really. You know, a lot of people like to yell about summer, and then they release their game in August. Just so you know, summer starts the end of May, June 1st. So if you ever say, "Oh, my game's coming in summer," it better be May or like beginning of June, because you're missing the summer months when you release at the end of June. Summer's already halfway over. So if we could like come together as a collective and like let's just start getting early summer, that would be so much better.
Especially- yeah, if you're
'Cause
saying
I'm
summer
sick of
and
it.
you're
I'm sick of
releasing
it.
in August, like you got to remember, you know, your products are being consumed by, you know, typically a younger audience. They see summer when they're not in school. August rolling around, they're getting ready to go back to school, man. What
Yeah,
are
we
you doing to
gotta-
them? You're,
we
you're
gotta
telling
fix
them
that,
that's
y'all.
summer? It's heartbreaking to those kids.
I need y'all to turn that on a little bit sooner. You know what I mean? Come on now.
Damn, they got me signing up.
And also, to be honest with you, Baird, like with a game like Fall Guys, to be like, oh yeah, it's coming to all consoles, and then be like, oh, June 21st, you have to wait a whole like 35 months. Come on now, or 35 days. Come on now. You know what I mean, Baird? Like, just
No.
release that game now. That should have been a it's out now situation.
Yep.
Would have been way better. Hey, it's out now. Go play it. Okay, great.
I
Thank
can
you.
understand having to wait maybe for the free to play for a little bit because they have to like figure
Ugh.
all that stuff out. But
Get
Come
it,
on, man.
get it out, bro. Put it out. Get it over with, everybody. That's what I say. Because that's what happened. Didn't Fall Guys release in like August last time too? They're like, oh, it's coming this summer, and then it released in like August. And it's
Yeah,
like,
it
well, that's not
originally
really
released in
summer.
August.
Summer's
Fall
over in
Guys
August.
Ultimate Knockout. Yeah, it was August 4th.
Yeah, summer's over.
Yo, did that like the Indiana Jones Devolver Digital first person game, like maze runner type shit? Did that game ever come out?
What?
Yeah, Temple Run. No, it's not Temple Run.
The
I have
Temple
it.
Run
One
looking
sec. Let me
game.
take a look. What is this game called? It's on my
Phantom
Not
Abyss.
Maze Runner like the actual IP.
Says
Phantom
Phantom
Abyss is correct.
Did that
I
ever
mean,
release?
Yeah,
I
outside
have
of the
it.
Beta.
Let's see. I have it on my Steam. I don't know how far.
Yeah, but that's
we're in.
early access, right? Yeah, I don't know if there's a that has not left early access.
Summer doesn't start till July. Get out of here.
In what
Summer-
country?
No.
Not here, no. In the United States, no.
Yeah, if you want to get technical about it, of like summer, so like yeah,
Come
it's June 21st, so literally Fall Guys is
Yeah.
coming out quite literally on the first day of summer. But if we're talking about spiritually of what kids are being sold as what summer is, come on, guys.
June and July.
Come
June and
on,
July
guys.
are summer.
You're getting to semantics. The you know, like, do you think Gary Whitta's daughter understands the concept of August being the middle of summer? No, she's getting ready to go back to school at
Back
that
to school.
point. Come
Her ass is
on.
going back to school already. Get out of town with that.
Yo, they got me signing up for something in this game.
I didn't get out of school until June 18th when I was in high school. That's wild. When I was in high school,
Yeah, that happened to me, Barrett. So back in Colorado, when we first were going to school, it wasn't until the middle of June, and then it switched to keep up with the times, and then we started leaving at like the midway point of May. So we were out before Memorial Day.
yeah,
I
my
remember back in the
last
day
week
we
of
would go
school was
after.
always the last week of May. because I remember I graduated the last week of May. And I'm trying to remember Ohio, like, if that was super different. I don't think it was. I think maybe we went into the first week of June. But also you have to think about, like, you know, San Francisco doesn't do, like, a ski week here, you know, Mikey? But we do other, you know, they offset that for, like, other holiday weeks and stuff. Yeah, you know, like, ski week was always one of those things in Ohio, Mike, where it's like, oh, now all my friends are leaving because, you know, they can go.
I gotta go.
Yeah,
Right,
they can go, like, do stuff and afford it. And I would just stay home, being a fucking jabroni, playing Tony Hawk's Underground 2 for the 100th time.
You're like, forget about it. Peace out, y'all. That's right.
Yep.
I'm in the game, by the way.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just
What
I
is your
saw you signing
Shark
up.
Bomb
So.
ID?
Oh shit! They just automatically give you trophies.
The
I didn't
Greg
do-
Miller
all I-
ass game.
All I did was try to start, and they're already giving me a trophy. I'll give it to you in a second. They're like giving me tutorial shit right now. Press O1 to switch game mode. Press R1 to start queuing.
In Ohio.
See, that's interesting.
This
Monkey
is
Love
a
says
fight
December,
for
January,
survival.
February, winter. I go
you
November,
want to
December,
survive,
January,
you
winter,
must all
February, March, April, spring, May, June, July, summer,
Stay ahead
fall,
of the
autumn,
deadly red
August,
that's
September,
closing
October.
in around you.
Triforce Power says in Ohio, it's effectively
Engage
you get a
the
month of
entity
blistering
at your
hellscape, then
own
it's
risk.
fall. No, I wouldn't say that.
Feed
Unless you're in a
on
different
resin
part of
born
Ohio,
to
at least in Cleveland, it's like you're getting at least a good 2.5 months of just like, well, first it's like winter goes from December all the way until April, and then it's like you kind of get a few weeks of spring, and then it's just like blistering hot summer for like a couple months, and then it's fall.
Mike, my ID is Blessing Junior, by the way.
Blessing, Junior.
My Shark Mob ID.
All I get is Blessing BR.
Hold on. Did I misspell it? Is the question. No, it should be Blessing JR. Uh,
Well, you're.
my my PSN is showing as Merc City 64. Maybe I can try finding you. I'm gonna type in Snow Mike Mike.
Is this crossplay?
I believe so, yes.
Do you know your Shark Mob ID?
Truck Mob ID, Snowbike Mike.
All one word.
Mm-hmm. All one word.
Yeah, it's saying player not found.
Maybe it's not crossplay.
Maybe it's crossplay between Xbox and PC and not PlayStation.
Crossplay between
that'd be
PC and
crazy.
PlayStation 5. That's what they're saying.
Huh?
Hold on. Maybe I gotta turn it on. Let me check my settings.
Mike, are you intercapped on your name?
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Well, yeah, no, crossplay is enabled for me.
Bless. It's Chad is saying it's case sensitive, so intercap Snowbike Mike.
Like just the S and the M, or is the B capitalized too?
And the B, yep.
Hold on.
It still
Press
says
the
no
wrong thing.
player.
But
Oh.
also, yeah, it did say no player found.
It's so weird.
Let me just do the S and the M. See if that helps. Try searching for me with the
All it comes up with is Blessing BR.
try with just the B capitalized.
Okay. No, still Blessing BR comes up.
Hmm.
No biggie. Why don't you start some games? We'll watch you. No big deal.
Dope. Yeah, we can do that. Mike, you listen to the new Kendrick at all?
No, I don't
Is that
really
your
listen
jam?
to music.
Like in general? Like you're not like a
Yeah.
big music person?
No. You know, I mean, I like music. I listen to certain songs. Maybe I'll sing in the car, but like I'm not actively turning on any sort of Spotify or music throughout my day to day. Kind of let it, you know, whatever.
I found myself being like that for like the last few months too, Mikey. Like even music that I like where I'm like just not really in the mood for. Like now when I walk Lulu, which is usually either podcast or music time, I'm like listening to just like the Persona soundtracks.
Dude, I love those moments where I get into like the video game soundtrack vibe and I just let that rock for a few weeks. Because like I have an ongoing video game soundtrack playlist that I just add songs to, and it's like, man, can that music like put you back into the moment? Like I listen to the Persona 4 soundtrack all the time, and it puts me back into I think 2016 when I was playing through that game, and like it feels like you're being transported into time a lot of the time when you're listening to that stuff. Like that Nier Automata does the same thing to me when I listen to that soundtrack. Undertale does the same thing to me. The Katana Zero soundtrack doesn't get enough credit. Like many things about that
so
game.
much.
Nothing about Katana
ass,
Zero
dude.
gets enough credit. But yeah, the Katana Zero soundtrack is fantastic.
One of the like top tier indie games I would say in the last 10 years, and no one fucking talks about it. Bless, and it breaks my heart.
It hurts because it's an incredible game. I might go back and play it again now that I have the Steam Deck.
It's on the Switch. That was the thing that I don't understand, Blessing, is that Roger, you know, gets all sad because his Switch is, his Steam Deck is delayed. Sends us this fucking bullshit video where he's like, I gotta put good energy out there, which like felt like really passive aggressive in a way too, because then he was also like, you know, talking down to us in ways of talking about how he's better than us, and I don't understand how that's him putting better energy out there to get his Steam Deck faster.
Just talking
and then
shit.
the first thing the motherfucker plays is something that he could already play on a handheld on the Switch. It really frustrates me seeing y'all have the Steam Deck and not use it to its full potential.
You'll join us one day, man. When I tell you that, the Steam
in
Deck
like
has changed
8
me, it's
months
like
at this
joining a new
point.
religion. Also, how do I play this game? That's first and foremost.
So welcome to Vampire Masquerade Blood Hunt. You are currently looting things. So if you see blue coming out of the ground, that is what you can loot. That's an NPC. You're supposed to suck their blood for health and your like passive abilities. Don't be seen by other NPCs or you'll be spotted by everyone on the map when you suck their blood. There's a vampire sense. If you like click in your right stick, if you're playing on controller, it will bring up a vampire sense, and then that will show you where items are / NPCs with different passive abilities to do. And then since you're playing solo, I believe there is a if you get downed, you can get back up type thing. Situation.
Like a gulag situation.
Yeah. Not really a gulag, more like you just spawn and you get back in. But that's about it, bro.
Is this a person?
No. Yeah.
That NPC is running weird, right?
You can scan it. That's an NPC.
Okay. Are the players gonna look like me? Are they gonna look fucked up?
Yeah, they're gonna be like vampire. I mean, there's sexy vampires too.
Okay.
But the way you're gonna tell is they're gonna be moving. They're gonna be moving. They're gonna be doing crazy shit.
Oh, okay. We got somebody sniping up here.
Top of garage up there.
Whoa. Now I picked up the katanas. Is it like advisable to be using melee weapons in this game?
Oh yeah, definitely advisable to be using melee weapons. Will you? Oh, that's an NPC. So now you're going to be revealed for 58 seconds.
Oh, 58 seconds? God damn.
Yes. Now, is it like super advisable? Not really, but like it can mess people up if you get close enough to them. So yeah, if you get close, you should probably bust out the katanas because they are pretty good.
Oh, man, I do not like being revealed.
And like, there's a slide in this game. You're going to want to use the slide a lot. You're going to see kids cracked out of their minds sliding. Sliding, jumping, and you climb up walls, just so you know.
Oh!
Nice job. Down one. You saw that, Creed, I know. JD Neal says melee weapons heal per hit, so if you are swiping at people, that does it. Katanas reflect bullets and then dual wield swords to give you health. Pandafin says. We got some pros in the game.
Oh shit, I have my sword. God damn it. Oh, yeah.
So
right.
now you have another life, so you'll be able to come back.
Oh shit. Okay. I kind of dig how this feels to control though.
The game runs very well. Yes, the game runs well. It's fast. It's fluid. There's not many big dings against the game. It's just not uberly popular as the other ones. You know, it's a tough market to crack and become the top dog in. But I mean, I've played much worse battle royales when we were going through all the battle royales on the Steam library. What about your play date, Blessing? Are you done playing with that now?
Currently, yeah, like I might wait and see like what other games come out for it, because obviously like developers will make games that you can then buy for like $1 or $2 and then load onto it. I want to see what oh, I forget the dev's name, but the dude who made Obra Dinn, he was announced to be working on a game. I want to see what he comes up with for it, because I think that's gonna be a banger. And then like in one-off cases like that where devs are developing games for it that are like known named devs, I think those are the games I'm gonna check out. But for now, I think I'm taking a break from it. Steam Deck definitely was the thing that distracted me the most. It's tough. Oh my god. Where? Oh yeah, you suck. Off water. Hold on, let me lock in for a second. Let's use that shotgun. Yeah, it's tough trying to care about the playdate when I got my Steam Deck in a bit after it. Like, oh, I have no heals, and I have 3 health. I'm fucked.
No, if you press up on that, you got a blood bag.
Oh, I see. Sick. Thank you for that. But yeah, I can see myself returning to it. I think also there's gonna be a season 2 of games. That's gonna be a while from now though. Like I imagine that's either gonna be fall, maybe even going into early next year for season 2.
Okay.
But I think around that time I'll jump into it too, because that's the thing I regret about the review period is that for regular players, this guy is just standing here. For regular players, people are going to be. Oh my god! This is how I die. All right, he's healing. Fuck! I thought I could get out. People are going to be experiencing games week to week, because the way it works, right, is that like it's 24 games for a season. You're getting 2 games a week, right? So 12 weeks of new content, and that means that like you have a whole week to experience these 2 games that you get, and then the next week you get to experience the next 2. Whereas for the folks who reviewed it, right, it was day to day, and so like that is in 12 days you're getting 24 games, and I don't think that was the optimal way to experience it whatsoever.
Okay.
And so for a lot of those, right, like I was taking them in like a day at a time, or I'll check out a game, go, okay, this ain't for me, let me check out what's here tomorrow. I think it really messed up the pacing or the cadence at which like I wanted to experience the games. And so I think with season 2 I might get more of that, which for me is exciting. For me, I that's how I want to do it, because I think that's part of the novelty of the play date. But for now, I'm definitely like all in on just messing around with the Steam Deck instead, because I'm having such fun with it.
Okay.
I can see myself getting into this. This is like for a first match, which I assume most of those were bots anyway, but like that wasn't a bad time whatsoever. I enjoyed that.
I don't know if there are bots. Are there bots in this PandaFin? I think you were going up against real jabronis.
Those
bro.
are real dudes.
Yeah, whenever we've played, we've been battling jabronis.
Plus, we tried Snowbike Mike all lowercase, correctly? Or correct? I thought we tried that like our first try.
I think it was the first S was uppercase each time. I can try all lowercase.
See that chat's saying it was all lower. I thought you did all lowercase at first.
Let me check and see if that's gonna work.
We can always have PandaFin bring both of us together too. If we want to play 3s with PandaFin, that's no problem.
No bots? Damn. Okay.
No bots. Got a battle. Triforce Power says, what would the ideal battle royale look like if one doesn't already exist? I mean, you've already seen the big dogs. They do exist, right? The Warzones, the Apexes, the Fortnites that are the true best battle royales. I mean, we talked about this on the podcast a long time ago. What is what goes into making the best battle royale? I mean, I think it's got to have modern weapons. is a big deal. People love the buyback system or some sort of respawn system. The one and done doesn't work anymore. That just doesn't go along with what people want anymore. But I think you got to have modern weapons, preferably boots on the ground. I don't think people really like running around. I think Apex does a good job with the speed and momentum. This game has got wall climbing. I don't think people really need the wall climbing. I think that's just a nice gimmick to make you stand out a little bit different. But I think people prefer truly fast motion with boots on the ground.
Yeah, I think that's the tough thing is that the battle royales that are hot now, I think, like, speak for the different kinds of games that you would want in that space. Like, Apex is a really good, fast-paced arena shooter that is very much about reaction time and getting the first hit and all that, right? Like, I think Apex fills in that void, whereas like Fortnite is the more approachable, like more arcadey, like friendly style of play, and then you have Warzone being like that Call of Duty hardcore military type, right? I think like those three, I think really fill in the spaces, and I think it's gonna be hard for any new battle royale to come in and like really thrive when like I think if you're no matter what kind of player you are, if you're looking for a battle royale, I think between those three you can probably find what you're looking for.
Comes down to map as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
The map is going to speak to it. The size of the map, the different POIs are really important on all these games out here.
Now, since Blessing's walking away for a second, Mike,
He's walking away.
talking about Games Daily, following up with this news of how well GTA 5 is selling.
Incredibly.
Do you think we
Incredibly.
ever see GTA 6?
Do I think we ever see GTA 6? Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. They love making that single player game. I mean, clearly that they figured
I mean, in
out
the last
money.
almost 10 years, Mike, they've only made one other single player game.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know that they figured out the money wise of GTA Online, but like their bread and butter is that single player. People love the single player. They love the satire. They love the real world feel, but with like a fun comedic twist that like makes you think about things. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
When do you think we see it?
We gotta see it soon.
2027, it releases. That's 5 years from now.
That's wild. That's wild. That's way
That's
too far.
too far, too soon.
Too far.
I
Way
would-
too far.
yeah,
out.
because that's
2025.
9 years after Red Dead
2027.
Redemption 2 at that point. And Red Dead Redemption 2 came out 5 years after GTA 5's initial release.
I think we see it, but I think we see it into different instances. I think GTA 6 will be two different games. I think it'll be like the single player, and then online will release separately. And I think they'll release at different times. Like I think.
I mean, do you think they want to wait and see how Overwatch 2 handles that before they try to do something like that? Because I feel like, you know, Overwatch 2 is trying to do that right now, and it's very confusing and middling for a lot of people of like, what's the point of this other, you know, multiplayer version that isn't that different from the first version of the game, and we're not seeing the you know, the PvE version of it yet.
I think the difference will be that like it won't be like Overwatch in the sense that like Overwatch feels like very much like an iteration where like a lot of people just don't see the point of buying Overwatch 2 because Overwatch 1 is going to have all that stuff, whereas GTA Online I think is going to be revamped from the ground up. Like I think it's going to be an entirely new launch. And I think like one will kind of feed into the other, right? Like the technical improvements that you see for GTA 6 are going to be the same that you're going to see for GTA Online. Like they're going to run at like the same base level, and I think GTA 6 single player will feed into like what online ends up being. I'll compare it more to like Halo Infinite than anything, but I think there will be more patience taken with it than Halo Infinite, because Halo Infinite I feel like they had to just put out at some point, and with GTA Online I don't think there's as much of a care to like have to have those things released coinciding with each other. I think they could like put out GTA 6 1 year and then 12 months later have GTA Online hit and have it be a huge thing.
Yeah, and Patty Cake puts in there, players will be mad if they lose all their progression in GTA Online. I think they won't. They will make you restart from everything and buy everything
exciting
again.
For me.
Yeah,
the idea of starting from ground zero. Oh my god, I would love that.
Ground zero, new leveling mechanics, new cars and guns to buy. That means more money for, of course, Rockstar to make, and of course for players. We've been playing GTA on for like almost a decade when this will come out. People won't care. They'll be ready for something new. They won't care.
My prediction for
That has to
when,
happen
I think we
eventually.
see it soon though. Like I think they announced it.
Really?
Yeah, like I think they'll announce it and then the year after it'll come out. And I think that could
Wow.
be 2023 that they announce it, and 2024 that we see GTA.
No way. No way. That would be. I mean, I would love that. I'm
'Cause,
ready
like,
for it.
think about
No
like how
way,
long
though.
it's been, because Red Dead came out in 2018.
Yeah.
By 2023, that'll be 5 years, which
And
is like
it-
the same amount of time it took to release Red Dead Redemption 2.
After GTA 5.
Yeah,
But
and
I
I
do
think
think
them
with it
possibly
being-
separating it out will lead to them not having to take as long. Because I think if they release single player in 2024, then online could be 2025 or later that year.
I could see 2024. I think they're gonna announce a new bully this year. It says Shady Rum in the chat. Yeah, I think they're gonna make a sequel to DK64 next month.
The only way they make a new bully is if like they give it to Sony to develop. But like,
Yeah.
who would want to develop a new bully? It's not like Max Payne, where Remedy is like, "Oh, that's our baby, and we could do something cool." with
Right,
this."
like that bully was in house, and then they just have not gone back to it since. Where like LA Noir was done by that one studio that they had eventually shut down, but like that was like their baby, right? Whereas Bully 2 will be shadow dropped as a Switch exclusive tomorrow.
I could see them doing a bully like remaster or something along those lines, because they did that for LA Noir, and they also put out a VR LA Noir.
Which was so weird and
which
so
is
out of
wild.
like, why? Like, I love LA Noir, but it felt like the timing on all of that was like, it felt like they were almost ramping up to the announcement of a sequel, and they just like never did anything. It was like, all right.
Yeah, I think it's
Cool.
them like sitting on IPs and just being like, we have all this shit that we don't do shit with. Like, how do we like what do we do? And they're just like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What's the easiest thing to do? Remaster, I guess.
I mean, like,
Get
I
some
don't
extra
even
money
know
on
if
the side.
they would do a remaster for Bully. You can get it, the original version on PlayStation. You can get Scholarship Edition on Xbox. I don't know if they see like any value in like doing
Dude,
it,
I would
which is
love-
insane to me.
I would love a Rockstar collection, like a Rockstar remaster collection that's
I
like
wouldn't, because we know
the
what they
Bully,
do with a remastered
Midnight
collection.
Club. Yeah, but like just say like a I don't know, like a modern it's very much it's very much bare minimum, but like a modern way to play Bully Midnight Club. Like ideally I would love the Warriors, even though I'm sure they're probably like, no man, that's a license. But
Well,
even still.
again, I think the Warriors is available on PS2 to PS4.
Fuck. Why do the mortals look like players? Killed the fuck out of that human. I never played Rockstar Table Tennis. Was it
Well,
good?
No.
Oh, people love. I thought people loved Rockstar.
I'm sure.
Table Tennis.
But we ain't playing table tennis.
I don't know one person that played Rockstar Table
Nobody.
Tennis.
What was the one game that they had, like True Crime LA and True Crime New York, right? That's what that game was called when we were in the world of
True
everybody's
Crime.
got to make a GTA game, I think it was True Crime LA and True Crime New
Yeah,
York. Those
True
games
Crime
were good.
Streets of
I liked
LA,
those games. Yes,
and then
that's
True Crime
exactly
New
right,
York.
bro. True Crime, bro.
I played LA and I fucking loved it. Was that? I forget who developed that though. That wasn't Rockstar, was it?
No, I don't know who made those. Those are so old.
Yeah, and then like it came
True
back as Sleeping
Crime.
Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs was good. Sleeping Dogs people liked. Then you
What's
had
the word
Saints
on
Row.
V
We're
Rising?
waiting on new Saints Row.
I actually can't wait for it.
Yeah, Bless, you can get the Warriors on PS4 right now.
Do you think Saints
I know,
Row's
I have
actually
it.
going to be
I have
good,
it.
though? Like, Saints Row has fallen
think
off
so.
since 2. It's never been the same. Like,
Saints
people
Row
love
3
them
and
and
4
stuff,
were
but
good.
Saints Row's never been the same since 1 and 2. That's when they had the peak of their, comedy and fun, and everybody was into that. Then after that, it just became the same old dildo joke.
God damn it.
He's right.
You know what I mean, Barrett?
It was a
just
funny
never
joke, it
was
was a
the
funny
same,
joke.
bro.
They kept doing it. They kept doing it. They kept doing it.
Oh, God damn it.
And then that joke even bled over into Cyberpunk, and people were like, "Why are there so many dildos in this game?"
Yeah, but like Cyberpunk didn't know what it was doing with this tone. Like Saints Row knew what it was doing with the dildo jokes. Oh, this guy's about to choke slam me.
Yeah.
Disrespected.
God damn. But no, I'm excited for it because I think tonally, there's a self-awareness, at least from like what we've seen from what we've seen, and then also what I saw at the first preview. Like it seems to me like they're like, yeah, we kind of understand what Saints Row has been and what it needs to evolve into, and tonally I think it's gonna sit between Saints Row 2 and 3, which I think is a perfect spot for it. Because again, like I love the jokes in 3. I think 3 was really fun, but I also know that 2 is like a fan favorite because it was a little bit more down to earth.
You don't think it will turn into like a Watch Dogs San Francisco type situation where they try to be cool and hack the planet and people are like, whatever, you know?
What? Watch Dogs 2 is great, Mike. What the fuck are you talking
people
about?
like that, but like it wasn't that cool. Like I worry that you're gonna come out with a game that's like trying to be too self-aware and down to earth with the young kids, and people are just gonna be like, whatever.
Well, no, I think you're thinking about Watch Dogs 1 more than 2.
No, Watch Dogs 1 had Aiden, and he was some jabroni. 2 was the one where like, oh, yo, we're millennials. It was so cool, you know? We're all hacking the planet.
Also, someone said, what was it? It was just here.
I think Volition has better writers, though, is the thing. Like, Saints Row, like, all the Saints Row games, I think for the most part, were pretty funny. Like, immature humor, like, Adult Swim humor, yeah, but, like, I think at the time they came out, they actually, like, did hit. Whereas 2022, I think they'll need to evolve that stuff a bit, but like I think their writing teams are way better than the like Ubisoft writing teams.
We'll see how they've.
No offense to Ubisoft.
We'll see how they've evolved since. What was the last game they put out? I was at IGN.
Agents of Mayhem.
Oh god,
that game sucks.
That was one of the
Mayhem,
plainest, most forgettable written things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how they do.
I'm gonna need it to
after
not be that.
Kevin L 007 in the chat says Jak 2 being a GTA game after Jak and Dexter was a Banjo type game was surprising when I first played it, and I just want to say it was probably for the worse. You know, maybe they should have just stuck to 3D platforming, not try to be a GTA clone.
Yeah, we'll see about Saints Row. I think Saints Row has a lot right now, a lot riding on that to try to reboot this franchise that everybody knows from a long time ago and what it could be and what it's become. I think Saints Row has a big uphill battle to do this fall, which I'm excited to see if they
don't let Janet hear you say that, Bear. Oh, I've told Janet straight to her face how I feel about Jak 2. And I don't feel great saying it. I loved that game as a kid, and then I played it as an adult, and I was like, it's one of those few instances where I was like, oh man, I was wrong in my assumption of this game as a child. For every other game from my child, 100% correct. Battlefront 2 still kicks ass. Bullies still kicks ass. Donkey Kong 64 still one of the greatest games of all time.
Popping off. I'm not exactly sure what the question is, but the answer is GTA.
GTA is the best out of all of them.
Yeah.
It always has been.
That's the thing is, like, I also for Saints Row, I think I'm excited for it because I also don't think that like it's really competing with other things, right? Like I think the other when you're talking about open world big crime games, like the other one is GTA, and GTA is so like in its own sphere that like Saints Row feels for me like it's releasing in its own like place, right? Like Saints Row isn't competing against Elden Ring, it's not competing against like Dying Light, right? Like we don't get that many of these types of games anymore the way we did during like the PS2 and PS3 era. And so I think, and I could be completely wrong about this, and like I'm down to be wrong, but like I think when Saints Row comes out, it's gonna feel fresh and new. And I think like I'm also just biased because like it's leaning into the almost like the San Andreas style of world, where it's like this Southwest, like Las Vegas meets Los Angeles meets New Mexico type setting, and like with Saints Row customization, like all of it feels so true to what makes that franchise dope. And yeah, I don't know, I'm excited for it. Like all the things I've seen for it so far have spoken to me. I think the one thing is that it being a reboot makes me worried of like, all right, cool, is this gonna have the character that you had before with Johnny Gat and the other characters in the game? But
you don't think it's competing with Grand Theft Auto Online? I mean, that's its major competitor because that game's out right now. People love that game. It's the same open world shoot 'em up type game.
But that's also at a spot, right, where like that relaunched a month ago at this point, right, Bless? Like that audience is already sticking with it. Like that's with people probably jumping off of it after a couple of weeks who are more casual. Like they're not being like, oh man, I gotta, maybe I'll play Saints Row, but I really gotta pay attention to
PCs.
GTA.
Oh, okay.
these people.
That's my thing is like I think the GTA fan base is the GTA fan base, and like that game has been out for almost a decade at this point. Like I don't think that's the fan base they're going for. I think at this point they're just going for the Saints Row fan base, which is there, right? Like I think they're different enough products. I guess not in terms of being like open world crime games, but in terms of like, you know, I don't think they're conflicting at all. Like I don't think the existence or non-existence of GTA is gonna mess with Saints Row at all, because it's just like if there was a new GTA game, then yeah, I think that'd be the case. But GTA 5 being around for 10 years, like that game is always gonna be there for that audience, right? Like it's not like that audience is playing that game 24/7. They just return to it when they feel like returning to it. This is the player, right? Yep, it is. Goddamn.
Oh, and he's hitting you with the crouch, bro. He's hitting you with the
Yeah,
crouch,
he's hitting you with
dude.
everything.
Thank you to Charlie for the Prime Gaming sub, Bacon Snacks. And hey, Henry Torres, what's going on? Yeah, that's got a big one. We got some games coming out this this fall, right? We got Harry Potter as well. We got Saints Row. Those are the big ones, right? Is there anything else bigger?
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights, yeah.
Gotham Knights.
Oh my
We'll
God.
see about that one. I don't know about that one.
I don't know about any of the games coming out this fall at this point, Mike.
Yeah. I mean, I'll play them all. I just don't know if Gotham Knights will do it or not.
Any of those Game Pass day one? I mean, if they were smart, they might be trying to work on that now, since they pushed their two big games. But you know, I don't know.
I mean, you try to pull Modern Warfare 2, you try to pull Harry Potter or Saints Row.
There's no
Those
way
would
they
be
get
the big
Harry
ones.
Potter. There's no way. It's too
You
big.
never know, bro.
No,
you never know.
Like WB, I think understands how much pull that has and how much that they can sell, you know, without any subscription service. Like, there's no shot that launches on any sort of subscription service.
You don't think they're worried about all the controversy of everybody saying I don't like this game anymore?
No, because
don't
Harry
like this
Potter,
world,
you know, because people who say that are people like me, and we are very, very much in the minority, Mike. Whereas like that as an IP still fucking sells, man.
It's like Call of Duty, right? Where like
It's too
the
big to
small
fail
percentage.
at this point, you know. Like we, you know, people like myself bring it up of just as like a reminder to like make people think a little bit more about, you know, the product that they're consuming and where it comes from. But you know, like I'm still realistic of knowing like that's too big of an IP to fail anymore at this point.
Boozebag says they said the same about Marvel and the Avengers. The difference is Marvel's Avengers is a bad game. Like Harry Potter, if Harry Potter comes out and is terrible, that's a different conversation. We're talking about a game that like
it's still gonna
took him out
launch.
and
It's
be a
still gonna
banger.
like, and it's a game. It's a Harry Potter game that people have been asking for like decades. You know, at this point, right? Of like fully realized exploring Hogwarts, making your own character and stuff like that. Like no one was jonesing for, you know, a 4-player multiplayer Avengers game with like the loot system that they had and stuff for decades, right? You know, it's not the same.
Why is nobody talking about Multiverse? I mean, should we be talking about that game?
We talked about it
should we
yesterday
really
on
be
Games
talking about
Daily.
that? Yeah, but didn't we
Yeah, I
just
think I
do
talked about
Nickelodeon Brawl Stars and we played that for a week and then never touched it again? Like, are we sure we need to talk about this one the same way?
I think this will be more popular than Nickelodeon Nickelodeon All Stars Battle, whatever the fuck that was called. But also like, it's going to be Brawlhalla is the thing. Like that's the reason why I'm not too jazzed about it. Is that like we've seen this game before and it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna have an audience, but like, are we that audience is the question. Like I don't know if we're gonna be. I'm definitely gonna check it out at least for like the week to see if it hits, but it's not one that I get excited for. It's like free to play, you know, which could be cool, but also like, is the gameplay gonna be there, or is it gonna feel like Brawlhalla?
So you think it's like Brawlhalla, Super Smash Bros. Type gameplay, like Nickelodeon, not a Mortal Kombat stand-up 1v1 type fight?
Well, 1,000% is gonna be like a Smash Bros. Kind of thing,
Okay,
but
Smash Bros.
I equate it more to Brawlhalla than Smash Bros. In the sense that like Smash Bros. And Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, for that matter, I feel like we're trying to appeal to a certain audience, right? Like Smash Bros. Is quality, like polished, like you see it being played at Evo, all this shit, right? And like Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl Battle Royale surprisingly try to lean into the melee aspects of Smash in a way that got people who were hardcore into it for that week, but then like dropped off because it just didn't have all the quality to back it up. Multiverses, I think, is going after Brawlhalla in the free-to-play sense, in the sense of like, yo, if we make something that's simple enough that kids can download for free and play and then probably buy new characters and all that jazz, we can make something that is ongoing and living based on the properties that they love. And that's what Brawlhalla does, right? Brawlhalla has the Ninja Turtles in there. Like, they have hella IP that people...
They've got
that
like
kids love
Shovel
in there.
Knight in there too and stuff like that, I think, right?
Yeah. But like I don't play Brawlhalla just because like it feels like playing a Flash game. Like, you know, it's not the quality that you expect for something.
But you know,
that, like, is trying
Brawlhalla
to be a
doesn't
Smash game.
have, you know, Super Saiyan Shaggy and stuff like that.
That's
and,
the other
and,
thing.
and
Yeah.
like that's I think the other advantage of multiverses, that like they're really leaning into the meme of it as well, of like Shaggy, you know, for years of being, you know, wanted in Mortal Kombat and stuff like that, and them being able to finally lean into that aspect. You've got Jimmy Neutron's dad like being announced as like DLC coming later and shit like that, which is hilarious. Like, people are going to be into that game just purely for the meme of it all, you know? And cool
Yeah.
moments of, like, Iron Giant and Superman hanging out. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah, like
good,
that stuff.
Good
That's,
for Iron
like,
Giant.
that stuff is gonna be fun. But then also like Brawlhalla has like a lot of that too. Not in terms of like I think the meme nature of it, because I think they're really leaning into the Shaggy meme, and they're leaning into like, oh yeah, like Scooby Doo partnering up, or not Scooby Doo because Scooby's not in the game, but like Velma partnering up with this character, Superman partnering up with the Iron Giant. Like, they're really having fun with that stuff. But yeah, like Brawlhalla also have people in chat are saying that like the WWE characters are in there, right? Like, they have hella licensed characters in Brawlhalla, and hella characters. Period. There's so many characters on that roster.
But on
like,
the level
we don't play Brawlhalla.
of Ultra Instinct, Shaggy, Blessing, I don't think so.
Ooh,
also, I
that's
fucked
big in
up.
there.
Also, I fucked up. Chat corrected me. Jimmy's dad is not in Multiverses. He's going to be in the next year, the Nick fighting game.
Nickelodeon
Yeah.
All-Star Brawl.
But again, nothing on the level of Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
But the thing about Brawlhalla is that Brawlhalla is also very successful. Like,
Yeah.
kids love Brawlhalla. It makes total sense that WB is like, yo, why don't we make a Brawlhalla with our properties? Like, this is going to
100%,
be a banger. Yeah, like it makes a lot of sense for them to do it that way. But it's not going to feel like Smash. Like, it's not going to have the depth and like the quality and like the control of Smash. Which is why I'm not like talking about it every single day the way I would talk about like DNF Duel or like whatever other fighting game I'm looking forward to.
If Nick All-Star had the voices and music from Nick, it'd be way better. Yeah, that was and I told y'all too. I warned y'all about that because they did that same shit in the kart racing games, where it's like every track has the same, every like course had the same music, and it was the same like generic music that wasn't from any show. Nothing was voice acted, and it was just so weird of like, why do you guys have like the visual rights for these characters, but none of the audio rights for whatever reason? It's so weird.
Remy in chat says, but Brawlhalla is free. Multiverses is going to be free. That's the point I'm making, is that like they're going for these same exact structure as Brawlhalla. And then also somebody says, but what if it does feel like Smash? It will not. It will not feel like Smash. If it feels like Smash,
what if, Bless?
You're liable to slide into my DMs, and I will PayPal you $10.
Wow! I'll PayPal you.
I'll PayPal
Eric
you $10.
D. Cooper, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 25 months. What up, Eric?
Chat, I need you to wake up. I'm looking at this bar, and you know, I think y'all don't have it today. I don't think y'all are bringing the heat, and you know, maybe we need to wake up as well. Get Blessing some dubs here in this game.
We need Blessing to get a
This
dub
game has
here.
kicked my ass, but I'm actually enjoying it.
We need a Scarpino to give
You
us.
have a
some-
bunch of different characters as well down there if you want to check them out.
Yeah, I gotta expand my character selection here. Figure out who else I can use.
I saw
But this
that,
game
Timmy
seems
buddy.
cool.
I saw that. I actually like Realm Royale better than this one. When I go into my Rolodex
Really?
of like, all right, Battle Royales, yeah, I like Realm Royale better than this one.
I liked early Realm Royale. Like
Realm
I played
Royale is fun.
I played Realm Royale when it first came out, when it was still in early access, and that was like when Fortnite first started. Are these snipers? Oh my god! Oh god!
Whoa.
Those are NPCs.
Yeah, those are NPCs. They are not messing around. When Fortnite was first like coming up as, with its Battle Royale version, that's when Realm Royale started to try and make it. And like playing Realm Royale, I was like, damn, this might be the next new big Battle Royale. And then it never hit that way, but
Realm
got
Royale,
close.
then this, then like Spellbreak. What was the magic one we were playing?
Spellbreak,
With
yeah.
the hand Spellbreak.
You like
that one's in
Spellbreak?
there. Spellbreak's not bad. Spellbreak's not bad.
I wanted more from Spell. I like the idea of Spellbreak, but I never liked how it controlled.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I liked the flying, and I liked the mixing and matching of different gloves for your spells. I thought that was pretty badass.
Mike, did you check out the trailer for this game called Zenless Zone Zero?
No, I've never heard of that.
It's
Any
the
good?
new game from the Genshin Impact devs.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
it looks dope as hell. It has like Persona meets like Jet Set Radio type vibes, but then it's also
Okay,
going to have
okay.
roguelite elements. And I think it might be the next game that I get very addicted to.
Ooh, I'm going to watch it right now. Did anybody play Darwin Project? I played a lot of Darwin Project.
Dude,
Darwin
I
Project was pretty good.
fucked with Darwin Project
Darwin
so
Project's
hard.
pretty good.
And it bums me out that it went away. I love Darwin Project. Dual crossbows, that's sick. That's one that I wish was way more successful, because I could see us doing streams of Darwin Project and that being a blast.
Yeah, they had custom games, great spectate mode. You could have somebody be the overseer and choosing things. That
Like
was
the
pretty
Dungeon
cool.
Master
The
situation.
showmaster, yeah. But yeah, that game fell off. I think that game even like turned off type stuff.
Yeah, no, it's gone now.
Yeah.
It just wasn't successful. Oh, man.
That was in the early days of Battle Royales when everybody was making a Battle Royale and hoping they could make it.
Oh.
And it was just like feast or famine. Either you were feasting hard or you just died and were gone forever. Just like Radical Heights.
Radical Heights lasted 2.5 days.
Okay, this is some anime stuff right here, Bless. This is some anime. I'm looking at your trailer now for Zen Zoneless Zero.
Like, it's just pure vibes, Mike. And as somebody who likes Genshin a lot, right? I can see the rabbit hole of me like getting super into the characters, wanting to unlock new characters, wanting to grind, do the dailies, and apparently it's a roguelite, and so like dude, gameplay wise, that's gonna hook me way more than Genshin, I think, because Genshin just feels like it's a bit endless with its activities. But if I have more of like a gameplay goal, gameplay focus in terms of like, oh no, you're just doing runs, see how far you can get, kind of thing. Oh, I can see myself getting way into that.
You think they'll have any other enemy types other than these black and green monsters, or is that going to be the look the whole time?
I'm sure we'll have more enemy types. Like Genshin is pretty good about diversifying its enemies. Fuck, I might want to boot up Genshin actually.
You don't, Bless.
He plays
Wait a
it, bro. He likes it. He
Wait a minute,
plays
it's
it.
been like
Yeah,
2
but
weeks
like
since
every
we
2
do that.
months, you know.
I'm always surprised when I check to see my hours in Genshin. I'm like, man, I've played this much of this game and I've done what feels like nothing. I've not done shit in this game and I've played like 50 to 60 hours of it. Mike, what's been in your multiplayer roster lately?
What is in my multiplayer roster right now? Elden Ring, me, Andy, and Spaceman Kevin are in the finale of Elden Ring, so that's awesome. Then I go into Halo Infinite. I go into Fortnite has been in the roster so far. We've been playing Evil Dead. I like that one. Parkitect. The boys like to play, which is always fun to get together and play Parkitect. That's about it. Kind of dry, kind of quiet right now.
I've never heard of
there's anything
Parkitect.
else. Parkitect is essentially just like, you know, Park Builder, but with friends, which is cool. Myth Force is in there. Myth Force.
Oh man, people are saying I should climb buildings, use my abilities. I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot I even
Yeah.
had abilities in this game.
Gotta
I
get
mean,
up.
Mike, you've also been going into the Fortnite no build and stuff like that. That's
Fortnite
been
no
fun.
build, yeah. I mean, we're back on Elden Ring. It is time to finish Elden Ring for me, so that's my go-to multiplayer game. Me and the Spaceman. We just got Andy all caught up with us last night, so he has no more excuses.
Right.
And so we're good to go. you know?
Mike, would you say that's your game of the year
Good.
so far?
Yeah. Elden Ring, then Kirby.
Oh, Kirby.
Shredders is definitely going to get a nod because it's been a light year. Shredders could definitely be up there. Shredders is a very solid game when we talk about just snowboarding products. Just like I said, made Riders Republic look bad, and oh boy did it. You know, we forgot about that game pretty quick.
I don't know, man.
Dude,
I
I'm
think about Riders Republic pretty often.
That game's controls was so much better. So much better.
Oh man, I don't know if I agree with that one.
Oh. They would do
I guess
too
that
much
is cool.
The moment when you go too much, that's when you lost it. They lost it. Try to fit 8 different sports into one game with 4 different controls. You missed it.
I wanted a little bit more from Shredders, but I did like the fact that it was more focused. It was like, yo, let's just do snowboarding and let's just really appeal to this audience and get like the like cool names involved and like all that stuff. Oh, this is the circle. All right, I've gotten a couple kills this round, which is more than I can say for the other rounds.
If you break into there, they have health supplies, but it will set off an alarm.
Oh shit! Oh.
So you can go in there. Go in there. But yeah, those are my 3 that I think of this year, Barrett. You know what I mean? I liked Kirby a lot. Kirby's been fun. I'm on the final 2 levels of Kirby. Kirby's been great.
Nice.
Other than that, I didn't play Horizon. Played it for like
5
5 hours. Fell off on that. Sifu, too tough. I don't got time to bang my head against the wall. Too boring on that.
You're
Too
like
boring on that, Mike. Don't say that
I-
ever again.
I'm just telling you, man. It's like some of these games just like are too tough for no apparent reason, you know?
They added
I don't need to sit
an
there and just
easier
battle
mode for
that for
Sifu.
life.
Get back in there, man.
Yeah.
You hurt my heart.
I mean, I watched y'all play it. Do I really need to play it again,
True.
you know?
Oh
It's
man.
true.
I watched y'all.
It's
Watch
so
some,
satisfying
you
though to
watch
get
some
good
good
at
gamers play it too.
I did.
Is that a person? This person.
That's an NPC.
Tiny
I don't like that the
Tina's.
NPCs
I
move.
really don't know if Tiny Tina is going to be brought up whatsoever when we talk about Game of the Year conversation. Maybe from Greg a little bit.
Yeah, I
but,
think
like,
Greg will talk about Tiny Tina. I don't know if anybody else will.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You think he'll talk about Tiny Tina's? No way. Bro.
Maybe
Yeah.
as an honorable
Greg is-
mention.
Greg
Greg is a
like,
weirdo, man. WWE 2K is his current game of the year.
Yeah. No way.
Because he's not going to bring up Elden Ring, you know?
Where is it?
Mario Strikers will be a big one for me. That's the game I've been asking for. I'm so
As
bored
long
of golf
as
and
as
tennis.
long as it doesn't drop off the same way that tennis did. You know? Tennis was
I think
fun
it'll be
for
better
a
because you're gonna
few
have
weeks.
the 8-person leagues and stuff,
Yeah.
which will be a big deal. But yeah, let's get Mario Strikers. Let's get to Mario Baseball. Mario Golf, we can take about 7 years on. Let's never do that again. And then like tennis,
I don't think
you
we'll
know,
ever get
tennis-
another Mario
Tennis is
Baseball,
better than golf.
unfortunately.
Golf is
Wait,
just
did you say
so
tennis is better than
slow.
golf?
In the Mario world, yeah, 100%. Oh yeah. Golf is just so slow.
It's fun though.
Ugh.
I typically, historically, I like the tennis games more than the golf games, but I think the last couple, like Mario Golf, I got into quite a bit. Like especially when they added in the New Donk City mode, that level. Oh my god, that was such a great, like 18 hole course, because it was all like par 3 courses, and so it was all like, all right, try to get the hole in one type shit, and it was great.
Oh, and then another one, Switch Sports has been great, Barrett. I like Switch Sports a lot. We've been bowling with Witta and
One of the
stuff
best of
like
the
that.
year.
Volleyball has been great.
I mean, bless it's been
It's been a pretty
kind of a
empty. I
dry
mean, when you think
year.
about your top 10, that could be in the 10. That could be in the 10 spot,
I could see that in Mike's 10 spot.
for sure.
I just expected more from Switch Sports.
Yeah, Switch Sports, yeah. I mean, I would like to see more. But, like, for the games that you got, those can be really fun. Especially with friends. That's a good time. And then what I'm really excited for, this Lego soccer game. If they could make Lego into a almost NFL Street, NBA Street
I don't know if we're
type
getting that this year,
feel
though.
arcade, they said it's going to come out with the World Cup. That's this
Oh!
summer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a Lego soccer game?
Yeah, they announced 3 Lego.
That was
Like,
a whole.
I need to pull up the trailer for this.
There's no trailer.
There's no trailer
footage
yet.
for this whatsoever.
Yeah.
But this
There's
was
gonna
this
be
came
Lego
as the
soccer
announcement
and
when
then
you
2
know
other sports.
FIFA was like, "Hey, we're not doing exclusivity with EA anymore." That's where that
I
came
missed
out of.
this. Oh, I could get into that.
Yeah, if
But
they,
that,
if they
that
could
competing
figure
with
that
Mario
out, it'd be
Strikers
good.
though is gonna be
That's a battle.
Yeah, right
That's a
now in
battle.
my like 2022 video games I've played list, I've got 11 games on here,
Okay.
and like I could easily make a top 10 list out of this. But I would be passionate about like 2 of these games. You know.
when I think of my top 10, right? At number 1, I got Elden Ring.
Yes.
Right below that, Sifu. Right below that, Horizon. Right below that, Kirby. And then that's when things start to go up in the air because they got Dying Light 2 in there somewhere too.
Oh,
You didn't fuck with Dying Light 2 that hard.
that story sucked, Bless. Gameplay's fine. That story was so bad, bro. They've never figured it out with that. And then they announced a new game now, and it's like, I don't know, bro.
I like the story in like a CW verse kind of way. Like, you know, like when you watch Arrow or you like watch Flash and you're like, this is garbage, but it's garbage I can get behind. That's what Dying Light 2 was until you get to the end and you're like, oh no, this is bad. The ending's bad. Yeah, but like the rest of the game had like a very serviceable story that I found myself kind of getting into, especially once you meet Rosario Dawson and it's like, all right, here we go.
I would say, yeah, for me it's, you know, you go Elden Ring and then Sifu. I'm more similar to Mike. I'd put Kirby, I think, up there at number 3.
Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby's in my top 5. It could get lower, but it's
Lego
up there.
Star Wars. Ali World was banging.
I think Ali World might be my number 4.
Ali World is solid.
I don't know, man. You guys are saying this year is dry, but it's May, and I have like multiple games where I'm like, oh, these are bangers. Like my top 5 is so strong.
I don't know, man. Looking at
Like
my
the rest
top
of the year,
10,
I think
what is really your bangers? Let's make sure we
Elden Ring?
determine what a banger is.
outside of
Elden
Elden Ring and
Ring,
Sifu,
Horizon. All
Not a
3 of those
banger.
are bangers.
no, they're not.
Elden Ring, Sifu, and Horizon Forbidden West are not bangers.
No, I'm saying-
or was it
I'm
just good?
Yeah, was Horizon a banger or was it just, you know, more?
Oh, Horizon was a banger for sure.
Okay.
Horizon was a banger. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got 3 so far. You got 3.
Right? Horizon wasn't a banger. What is your guys' barometer, chat? Horizon's a solid okay.
I thought
what kind of reverse world are we in? Where
No, we're not in a reverse world. We're in a realistic world.
Here's the thing. In 2017, Breath of the Wild was easily my game of the year, and that whole year, people were like, "What are you talking about? Horizon's one of the greatest places." Like, people were drilling Horizon into my brain the whole time, like today,
Who are these people?
2022, like. Everybody on the internet were like, "Oh, Horizon is a fucking masterpiece or whatever." And in 2022,
I think you mean Yusuf, and that's it.
Horizon Forbidden West, which is a superior game in every single sense of the word, than Horizon Zero Dawn, right? Horizon Forbidden West comes out, and for me, finally wins me over.
I mean, you go from the first game a 6 to the second game a 7. Like, is that it's improvement? But come on, man,
6 and a 7. Like Horizon Zero Dawn for me was probably like an 8, right? I think that game is fantastic or great. Horizon Forbidden West for me is a 9 out of 10. I think that is like a very solid 9. I'm confused by the people in chat that are like,
yeah, man, like so far of like my top 10, if I was to build my top 10 games so far this year, right? You got Elden Ring, Sifu, Kirby. I would probably go Ali Worlds.
Yeah.
Then Musical Story. Then Star Wars, Lego Star Wars, Tunic.
Tunic's in there. Rainbow Six
Persona
Extraction
4
should
Arena
get a nod.
Ultimax,
Rainbow
which
Six
isn't even a
good.
game that came out this year, but I'll count it since it got ported to
okay.
Switch this year.
Gonna count it.
MLB The Show 22, and then Pokemon Legends Arceus. And again, out of all of those, like, I'm only
Default,
passionate.
Let's get so high and mighty so fast. For calling Horizon Forbidden West a banger? Is that high and mighty? Is that a hot take to you people?
Hey, put the poll in.
That Horizon Forbidden West is a banger?
Only
What world
17
are we
people-
in?
Only 19 people have agreed with the banger statement. 16 say it's fine, good, great. So, I mean,
What
Twitch chat,
world do I live
get your
in?
vote in.
You
Get
can't
your
win
vote
with
in.
these people.
Yeah. Whereas, like, last year, my top 10, right? Psychonauts 2, Death's Door, Metroid Dread, Returnal, Deathloop, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Knockout City, Chicory, Life is Strange, and Persona 5 Strikers. From Chicory up, that's my number 8, up to my number 1. Like, I have a burning passion about those games, you know? I think, right?
But
so
like, also,
far,
like, how many of those games were out by May last year?
That's a fair point.
Yeah, that's my thing
But
is,
again,
like,
I think there's an inverse, like...
fuck, I forgot about Stranger of Paradise.
But I also think there's an inverse of this year than last year. Like, a lot of the games we didn't see until, summer on, whereas I think it's almost going to be the opposite this year. I really don't know if we're going to see a lot more bangers for the rest of this year. I think we got our load early in the review season, and like it's gonna be kind of slim pickings from here on out, especially with no Breath of the Wild, no Starfield, no Redfall. Even though like Redfall, even like I was like kind of questionable of like, is this gonna be maybe an arcane misstep here? What is this game really gonna look like? I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right, you guys got me open up the GG app because now I gotta see.
Modern
What are
Warfare
the
2 will
games that I
bang.
keep?
Modern Warfare 2 will bang.
We'll see.
There's
We'll
still
see
like
on that.
there's a possibility
That
of God of War Ragnarok. I'm like 50-50 on that. Well, like 30-70 on that.
Yeah, for me, like the
Xenoblade
only
3.
like guaranteed banger for the rest of the year is Cuphead DLC.
Cuphead DLC. You really don't think Modern Warfare 2 is gonna bang, Barrett? That will bang. That
Mike,
will bang
is it
big.
Mike?
That will bang
Michael.
Are we
Michael
saying that
Angelo.
it's actually
Modern
going to
Warfare
bang, or they're
2019?
calling it Modern
Bang.
Warfare 2
Bang.
to invoke the nostalgia of what
No,
those
it
original
will
games
bang.
were? Mike, I'm
That
going to
will bang.
bet you
Mike,
a fucking pizza right now.
Get me a
that-
pizza. I like pizza.
I'm betting you a pizza
Yeah, we're
right
betting
now.
a pizza right now on
2
stream.
weeks after Modern Warfare 2 comes out, you're going to be like, this game does not bang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
that
with
will
Barrett on this
bang.
one.
That
I'm
will
with Barrett
bang.
on
That
this
will
one.
bang big.
And
That will bang
chat, I'm not talking about game sales. Call of Duty fucking sells like
Of
hotcakes
course.
every year. I'm talking about if Mike considers it a banger.
Oh my God, bro. Barrett, we're coming off a year of Vanguard. This is gonna be a banger.
How
People
the
are gonna go nuts. for this.
Mr. Ponton's in the chat says, how the fuck is Cuphead DLC going to be more of a banger than Horizon? Because Cuphead gameplay is actually
Cuphead's
fucking
nasty.
fun and doesn't get
calm
in
down,
the way
everybody,
of
all right?
itself, okay?
Oh wow.
What world are we living in?
When I jump around, I don't
fact
feel like
that
the
we're going back and
slowest
forth-
character ever, okay?
We're going back and forth between Elden Ring,
Whoa, hold
Cuphead
up.
DLC,
You said there's a bunch of
Horizon,
bangers, and then you
Sifu.
gave us
This
3
year is a
bangers.
banger.
You
This
gave
year is
us
a
3.
We're in May. We're in what? This time last year, we were talking about Outriders. Outriders was the fucking talk of the town this time last year. Think about what that means for this year.
Elden Ring, Horizon,
We're
and
talking
Sifu
about
all released in
bangers.
like the same month. It's been 5 months and only 1 month actually had games. We've been sitting around picking our nose for like the whole
And,
entire
yeah, and that's the point that I make
we've been
of like
picking our noses doing nothing for
this reminds me of my argument last year where people were kind of like, oh, 2021 was like a dry year. It's like, no, it consistently had great games releasing throughout the entire year, whereas like people are saying 2021 wasn't as great as 2020, where it's like I think people are insane for that. Like, yeah, you had Animal Crossing and The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima. Outside of those 3 games, right, it was like, I don't know, 2020 was kind of fucking
Final Fantasy VII Remake?
I mean, I've said my opinion on Final Fantasy VII Remake plenty of times. That's similar to my Horizon take, where I'm like, I don't think those games are as special as people make them out to be, but that's just me.
Storm.
That's just me.
Shout out to Elden Ring for being
And I'm in a call with heretics.
aired. Jackals today, baby. The jackals are out. We're having fun
Yeah.
with everybody.
Oh man, this is great. I'm looking through because now I got to look through like
He's
the games that I
looking
beat. Right, It Takes Two last year, banger.
Great game. It takes too long. It's too long, but it's
Yeah.
still good. You
Still
have
banger.
to give it a ding because it went on for too long. He had a
Story
great
also,
formula.
we
Everything
gotta
was
admit,
good.
sucks.
Gotta ding it.
It's not
You
good.
gotta
No,
ding it.
I love
You
the
gotta
story.
ding it.
I love the story.
The
I didn't
ending,
like
the ending,
But,
one of
like,
the
we can't
most.
we can't judge a whole story by its ending.
Well, no, I think of like what they try to build up with, and because the whole story is about this, potential divorce, and I think the build up that they make throughout that entire story, and then for them to choose a non-ending with it is such a milquetoast kind of takeaway for what
Wow,
your
milk toast, he said.
what your themes are for that entire fucking game. But that's not to say like the game itself, like the level design, I didn't really get to play it myself, but just watching Andy and Nick play through that, like
It's like it's like
gameplay level and shit like that. Holy shit.
Here's the
Hell
thing, right?
yeah.
I'm looking at my 2021 my games beaten list, right? And I go through Hitman 3 early on, banger,
Solid banger.
right? And then I get to like, the pedestrian. I like the pedestrian, right? Concrete Genie we did for the PSLV thing, right?
I'm sorry,
Super
Poppin'
Mario
Hoff in
3D
the
World,
chat says,
cool.
I bet KF plays rock, paper, scissors every day before stream. Loser has to give the bad hot takes. Barrett,
I love it.
Barrett
I love
obviously lost today. No, these are my takes, and I've been very vocal about
Literally-
them for a long time.
Returnal was the other Returnal banger, right? Like
Yeah.
Hitman 3,
I'll give you
Returnal,
that.
It Takes Two. By this time last year were the 3 bangers.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm comparing that to Elden Ring, Sifu, Horizon Forbidden West, which are the 3 bangers of this year so far. And Kirby I'm putting up there. Kirby's a banger as well. That's 4 bangers. I'm I'm not going to compare them because I don't know if I would say like one group of bangers is better than the other group of bangers. All I'm saying is that this year has bangers. So
I'm just saying.
Like, this year's
I
on
think
pace.
people think this is a stronger year overall so far because of Elden Ring in and of itself. And again, that links back to why I brought up of like my argument about 2021. I don't think one game carries the entire year.
And I think the rest of this year might fill out during Summer Games Fest. Like
Elden Ring's gonna carry this year though.
You're gonna in terms of game of the year, yeah, but it's like a cheat code, right? Because like it's one of the greatest games ever made.
When you talk about the entire quality of the year, like Mike, the only reason I have a top 10 list of like the games that the only reason like Lego Star Wars is on there and like, you know, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax and like Pokemon Legends Arceus is because there hasn't been a lot of other bangers. That's the only reason why they're making my top 10 list, you know?
But like, is it for you though, right? Like bangers for you, you know what I mean? Horizon Forbidden West is out there fucking carrying a torch. That's gonna be some people's game of the year, right? If Elden Ring wasn't around,
yeah.
If Elden Ring didn't come out, it's gonna be some people's
Elden
game of the year.
Ring.
If Elden Ring didn't come out, it would be probably most people, at least for like PlayStation players, right? Like game of the year. Like Horizon gets overshadowed because of Elden Ring, but like Horizon's still a banger. I don't think Elden Ring takes away from.
Yeah,
like,
I don't disagree. If Elden Ring didn't come out, Horizon would be, I think, the front runner for Game of the Year conversations.
Like if Horizon came out, think about this: if Horizon came out last year, it would be a front runner. Like I think if Sifu or Elden Ring came out last year, like Elden Ring for sure would be a front runner. But like I think those would be in the conversation as well.
No, I don't know if Sifu would have had that same pull last year. I think Sifu would have just added to the split, honestly. And I say that loving Sifu, like it's my second favorite game this year.
I put Sifu above. This is gonna be actually.
You don't think Sifu goes above
last year we had
Horizon?
Ratchet and Clank. We had
Sifu goes above
Deathloop,
Horizon for me,
we had Returnal. We had Metroid Dread. You had Death's Door. You know, I think it would just added to the split because again, I think Sifu.
I mean, I put Sifu above all those games.
But yeah, I know you would put it above. But when, again, talking about the overall Game of the Year conversation, what's getting the awards at the Keeleys and stuff? I don't know if it would have been a clear front runner.
What about
like
Forza?
Sifu is like competing with Deathloop for me. What about what now? Fortnite?
What about Forza Horizon? No love for Forza Horizon?
No.
That was in my. That was
a full product. Everything
that was
possible
in my top
Overrated.
10. That was like my number 7 last year.
Gosh darn it, that game was great.
Online
these
multiplayer
piecemeal
was not fun
games
though,
that-
you know.
Half the shit doesn't even come out.
Here's
at
the
launch.
thing,
barely
right?
barely works.
Jedi Survivor could come out this fall. Ragnarok could come out this fall.
Jeff Grubb said her Survivor's not coming out this year. That's not coming. You think that's
Well,
not coming
no,
out this
he's
year?
kind of going back and
Jeff-
forth. No, Mike,
Yeah,
He's
Jeff Grubb
going.
goes
He
back and
said
forth.
last week it's
Jeff
not
Grubb
coming
fools
out
us all.
this
He doesn't
year.
know shit. He just
I'll
talks,
pull up the
and we
tweet.
believe him.
He tweeted about it like yesterday or 2 days ago. Jeff Grubb, I know you're watching. Show yourself.
Jeff Grubb, I know you're watching. Tell the
Jeff
truth.
Grubb will
I
be
know
on
you
the
have
games.
nothing
You look
better
him
to do,
dead in
Jeff
the eye.
Grubb.
He's on the games cast. Look him dead in the eye and say, "What's up with this?"
I think that might be
He'll
our
probably
topic. Of the
say, "Oh, it'll be
Gamescast.
2023." That's what's making it such a banger year. 2023.
I think our topic for Gamescast might be 2023, and so
It is.
I think we're gonna have.
He's gonna
that
say
conversation.
he'll probably say, whatever Jedi Fallen Order, whatever
Jedi Survivor.
Survivor.
Where was that?
I gotta pull up my Google Doc.
It was the
for
day that
my-
Survivor got leaked as the name.
Let's see here. I gotta figure out chat. By the way, I'm trying to figure out a new way to do Blessing Super Fun Games calendar because with Twitter has somehow been compressing the file more and more for some reason, and so now if you open it up on mobile, it's just unreadable.
Oh no,
and so it's
Mike,
it's
you're
no
right.
more my pinned thing.
You're right.
Yeah, the last thing he said was 2023.
Grubb said Jedi Survivor is February or March. Okay.
Hold on.
That's out.
Splatoon 3 is coming out.
Platoon. Yep.
No, the topic for
Xenoblade
Gamescast
Chronicles
should
3.
be why we should never listen to Barrett anymore. I mean, y'all never listened to me in the fucking
You're
first
crazy,
place,
bro.
so
You're
I don't know
crazy.
why you're adding the anymore. Y'all always thought I was crazy. This is nothing new. Nothing.
Tales
new.
from the Borderlands 2 apparently is coming this year.
Okay. Oh,
I have it on my fun games calendar for some reason. They must have announced it for 2022. Somerville, that could be a banger. That could be a certified banger.
Live a
honestly.
Live is apparently coming this year as well. Yeah, everybody's favorite JRPG that apparently everybody played before it got announced.
Can we pause for a second? Are we still into episodic gameplay? Because I'm
No.
not into those games.
No.
anymore.
I
Release
really
the product. Let's get it over with.
and-
I can't do this.
And that's
Wait,
why I
what's
liked.
episodic?
That's why I liked.
4 months later.
What's the
Get outta here.
True
What's
Colors?
episodic?
True Colors that came out last year. Like it was episodic, but it all came out in one package.
Oh yeah,
You know
that I
Like,
love.
was
That
cool.
I'm down
Yeah.
with.
All of the Telltale games, like, come on. After the first one,
Can't-
you had us there
cool.
for an excitement, but then after that, like, we were all done with that. Just release the
Is
game. I can't
Tales
even
2?
remember 4
Is
months
Tales from the
later.
Borderlands 2 going to be episodic though? It's not going to be, right?
I mean, if it follows that same formula, then I got a problem. I
They
can't
gotta
do that
switch it
stuff.
up. I think that's not the norm anymore. Like I
We're
think
done
we
with
learned.
that.
I think we're done so with that. Like
Let me
even
see.
like look at Tell Me Why. Tell Me Why tried to do it week to week, and I
Tell
don't
me
think that worked
why.
for it.
We're done with that stuff. Just release the game. Let's go.
Toward the end.
I think Callisto Protocol is still slated for this year. I don't think that's gonna hit, but
That game.
you know.
That, yeah,
No.
okay.
Cool.
There you go. Take some shots at that.
Yeah, we don't really know anything about the Tales from the Borderlands that they're making. So it's like almost maybe unconfirmed if it's episodic or not. I do think it would be a huge mistake
Well.
if they did episodic. Why don't you guys play Dead by Daylight together? Too scary.
You know what? We slowly are working our way towards that as we played Evil Dead, and the team was able to do that. But it is a lot to bring everyone together and have to do a full-on training mode day to learn that kind of gameplay. So that's the only downfall of it. But like they were excited about Evil Dead. Nobody's ever shown true excitement for Dead by Daylight. I like Dead by Daylight a lot, but it would probably be me mopping the floor and having to teach for a full day. So it's just not really.
I mean,
what
so nothing
happened.
different from Evil Dead because you just wiped the floor.
Yeah, but
with
we were
us
all
Evil
learning
Dead.
the buttons together, so that was the fun part. You know what I mean? At least we were learning the buttons together.
I'll throw out
Yeah.
both Sea of Stars and Little Devil Inside.
A little Devil Inside's not gonna hit.
Okay.
I'm calling
What
it
about
now.
what about Cult of the Lambs? Janet picked that up. That game looks lit.
Whole Lambs looks lit. Here's the thing,
That's
because
got
I
a
think
cool art style too.
I think there's a lot of potential to have like the Death Doors of this year. Like there's a lot of really cool. Like there's still Stray that's supposed to come out, right? Like there's like handfuls of indie games that show a lot of promise. I'm with you, Barrett. That Little Devil Inside isn't doing it for me as well, but like, you know, I think there's some games that could surprise us, in that way. Somerville especially.
I hope
If Somerville
so.
comes out and it's this year's Inside, then that's gonna be huge.
Somerville's gonna be litty.
Yeah.
Replaced would have been super litty if we didn't have what's going on in the the war in Ukraine, which is too bad. Replaced was gonna be lit.
Is replaced by is that like a Ukraine developer?
I believe
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Oh no. That and same with the first person shooter for Xbox.
Stalker, Stalker
Yeah,
2. Everybody was
Stalker 2.
excited for.
People are also in the chat saying Forspoken. I don't see it, man. I
don't
think
think
people
so?
are
You
going to
don't
be
think
less
so?
enthused
Yeah, I'm
about
not-
Forspoken than they were about Final Fantasy Stranger in Paradise.
Okay.
Because at least Stranger,
Wow.
I think at least Stranger in Paradise, like they kind of maybe unintentionally leaned
a really
into the
cool weapon that guy
meaniness of that game. Whereas like I don't know if Forspoken
like,
is really going to have.
I'll stand by. I think the gameplay of Stranger in Paradise is great. Like it's a really fun game. at its
People are
core.
reminding you to climb. Remember to climb, bless.
Yeah, you got to be up
Reminder.
on the rooftops in this game. You got to be running free.
I appreciate that, chat.
Can't
I'm
be
still
afraid
learning.
to
I'm
get
still
up there.
learning.
You don't
But I
take
am-
any fall damage. So like when you're up there, just go wild. Don't worry about anything.
Oh,
Take
I'm still,
no
like,
fall
respawning.
damage. Wow.
Yeah, no, I think they just fall down. They'll be fine. They're
I didn't know that was a vampire's like ability. No fall damage.
Yeah, strong legs,
Wow. Strong legs.
I am
Metal
surprisingly
kneecaps.
having a very good time with this game, even though I'm not playing that well. It's
You're
pretty
playing
fun.
great. We're here with you. We're having fun. We're
Appreciate
talking
it.
games. We're having a good time. We're looking at the calendar of 2022 and what could be, what will be, and what probably won't be.
So you got neither of you guys think that at the end of the day, this year is going to be as good as last year.
I mean, I think
I think it
all gonna just
remains to
talking
be
about
seen.
Elden Ring.
Yeah, if at the end of the year we're also talking about God of War Ragnarok and maybe something else that hits that we might not expect, like maybe Mike and I are crazy and like what Saints Row is going to be like the second coming of Saints Row games
Oh
and
my
stuff
God.
like
Here's the
that.
thing, you guys are on the side of the world. Like everybody, I think everybody is kind of with you
I
guys in
think
terms
so.
of
I agree. Yeah.
Saints Row.
For sure.
And I am very much the odd man out. Who like I'm still looking forward to Saints Row. And I could
Will
be
they do multiplayer? Because
For
like,
Saints Row?
yeah. Will they do
They got
multiplayer
to.
for Saints Row, or are they going to be done with that?
They got to. They for sure will. Like the Saints Row games have had multiplayer in the past.
Ooh.
I think
I'm excited for the quarry. I'm excited for the quarry. The quarry will hit.
Quarry
will be
super
good.
hyped
I think,
But
but
that's-
it'll
it's
hit
done
for
very
its
well.
specific audience, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing is that
game
like
done well for that audience. For the
that's
horror
gonna be for the
games
people
you're
who
in.
still play Dark Pictures and like people who are looking for that Until Dawn return. I'm gonna love the quarry.
That latest
That's gonna
Dark
be my
Pictures
top
was
10.
their best one yet.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, they've gotten progressively better each time. It's not like they've done a bunch. They've only done what, three or four now, so it's not like it's not like we've done that
Oh,
many.
Big
but they've
Head
gotten
Isaiah or Isaac says, "Don't forget that Fox Animation kart racer coming out." Good point.
See,
On
that
mobile.
one I keep confusing with multiverses. And
Yeah.
shit, you know. Yeah, that will be bad. That will be bad.
Nobody's looking forward to that one though. Like we didn't know it existed until like we accidentally saw it unannounced today. Somebody said Vampire Survivors. Vampire Survivors. Was I talking about it on air or off? I thought I was talking about it off air.
Before air. Yeah.
That game is dope as hell. Like I was actually surprised by it. I started playing it on my Steam Deck because my Steam Deck has granted me access to so many games that I never even thought about, and I am scared of getting hooked on Vampire Survivors because from the one game I played of it, I was like, "Fuck, man, this might be the new cookie clicker for me. This might be the one that just has me addicted for a week straight." Is it out for Xbox? I think they were putting it on Game Pass or something. Let me know
I haven't
chat.
seen it pop yet. I haven't seen that yet. Somebody writes, "What's up with Rogue Legacy 2? Rogue Legacy, good game. Tough game.
Yeah,
I
do
keep
you
dying.
guys like
I keep dying.
without having, you know, I could play it on my PC, but without having a Steam Deck, right? Like I don't really want to, you know, play it.
Go on, jump
Is
in
that
a
gonna
game
hit
like
at
that.
is that gonna hit in conversations at the end of the year? You guys think?
For nerds, Desir here says it is
good
not
call.
cookie
That's
clicker
good
though.
call.
Did I call it cookie clicker? Tito. Did I say it's cookie clicker?
Tito.
Or did I say it got me hooked like cookie clicker?
Hey, Tito.
Yeah, come on, Tito.
Words, Tito. Words, Tito.
Also, D Fuller says Elden Ring, Horizon, Sifu, and Kirby is already better than last year. I mean, Elden Ring and Sifu maybe, but those other two, it's like Kirby's
Come on,
great.
We had Hitman. We had Forza Horizon. Those games were solid as can be, man.
I'm just teasing you, Tito. By the way, I'm just having fun. I do think that there's room for like shit to surprise release
Yeah,
this year.
yeah.
Like,
We still have
Summer
not
Games Fest-
E3 coming.
Yeah,
you know.
like you
I mean,
get
Teenage
some.
Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge.
You're gonna get Shredder's
Shredder's
Revenge. I think you'll have at
gonna
least a
like
couple of
that.
Ubisoft games come through and surprise us, right?
Oh,
Like,
you
you're
think
gonna-
so? You think they're gonna drop something?
Well, for sure we're gonna get Mario and Rabbids.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well,
I don't know if that's for sure.
I think
Wait,
there's a
they-
possibility to get
they-
Avatar.
Yeah, I would say that they would probably want to release that.
Because
as
Avatar
close
is
to the
announced for
movie.
2022.
Well,
You think Avatar will actually be good?
that's another conversation.
Okay,
Mike.
let's be real. Now, you
I don't know.
like Mike. You amped up for Skull and Bones? No, ain't nobody amped up for Skull and Bones. Let's all be real with each other right there. They're like, we're making Assassin's Creed Pirates because we liked what they did, but you can only be inside the boat. And people were like,
That's
what
fair.
the fuck? And they're like, actually, we got to
that
fix
was
that. My
insane.
bad, my
Remember, Mike, when they were like, y'all liked Assassin's Creed Black Flag so much. Here's 1/3 of the aspect of that game, and then everybody was like, "What the fuck?" Ubisoft,
I'm in
man,
the
they're
boat the whole
insane. Jimmy Chisu's
I-
saying everybody's forgetting about Tunic. No, we're not. Tunic is just the further we get away from it, the further I think that was just a good game.
Man, you guys are bumming me out about games today. Like all
I
these
know.
games too that I'll
This year
once I got-
isn't as great as you think it is, Bless. Just accept
we're being real,
it.
Bless. We're being real with you.
All I'm saying is that by this time this year, or by this time last year, I have more games that I'm passionate about than I was this time.
I think by the
last
end of the
year.
year, it's gonna amount totally, year by year, the same.
Yeah. Wait, hold up. Isn't he passionate about the exact same as he was last year? It's like 3 games.
And I don't think
Bless.
I
Like,
think he
it's
might get one more for the rest of this year.
3 games.
But like I might be more passionate about these games because Elden Ring again is a game changer for me. I fucking love Elden Ring more than like anything. Elden Ring got again you got Sifu, which again Sifu I'm very passionate about. Like Sifu is like Returnal levels of passion, which that's some passion right there, man.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
is
that's
passion.
great.
That's
Yeah.
That's
passion at
passionate.
the price right there.
Yeah.
And then you got
Well, I don't know if I would call it
Horizon.
that, but
Horizon. I grew up Christian, Mary. I can say it. You got Horizon Forbidden West, which I'm very passionate about. I think that game's dope as hell too.
okay.
It's 9 out of 10.
yeah,
And then you got
someone call it a
Kirby.
7.
You got 7? Oh, I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
You know what?
I can't do it anymore. We're
Next
just
week when
saying
a
things.
blessing stream comes up, we're gonna start doing some like tier maker ranking lists and stuff like that. That's what we should do. We'll bring out the rankings.
Yeah, we can do
Someone
it right now.
say
Right?
Kirby is a much better game than Horizon. You know?
Barrett, bring up the 2022
Wow.
tier list. That Kirby's a better game than Horizon. I can accept that. Like those are like interchangeable a little bit on my top 4. But they're still top.
All right,
Still
I understand we got a lot of Sony ponies in our chat. You know, they can't handle the truth bomb of the Horizon series being a very mid series overall. You know,
Barrett, what I need
hard.
you to do.
It's hard for you guys.
What I need you to do,
alright.
Barrett, is fucking bring up a browser, go to tier maker.
Bring up a
I need you to. We need to rank in tier the best cereal. All right.
No,
Yes.
we did that on
I
a
like
fucking
that. I
episode.
like
We
that. I
did
like
that on an
that
episode
idea.
of
How
Next
fuck
Gen
we did
Podcast.
do that?
Let's do the best.
We did that with Joey.
Pop-Tarts.
I'm not passionate about Pop-Tarts. I usually just go to like
Pop-Tarts, bro.
No, I go back to the same 2 or 3
Oh, you got
flavors.
brown sugar, you got strawberry, you got blueberry, you got Oreo, bro.
You lost me at blueberry.
Yeah.
You don't
Or,
fuck with blueberry.
Yeah, no, I like brown sugar and strawberry are the 2 for me. And then
Yeah,
after that, I don't need
bangers.
anything
Oh,
else.
You ever try
blueberry.
Oreo?
Blueberry is the best.
Ooh, fantastic candy bar.
Okay, yeah, bring it up. Bring it up.
Rank
We'll
the
have
pizza.
fun with
We
that.
already
Candy bar
ranked
too.
pizza yesterday. We don't need to rank pizza again today.
Yeah, we tried SF hole in the wall pizza.
Yeah.
Yo.
Stream over.
I-
Speaking of, we have
Also,
10
Barrett,
minutes.
Barrett,
we
I
have
need
10
you to
minutes
turn off
left.
the stream.
yeah, Twitch chat. If you wanted this stream to keep going, we can fill up that bar. We have 10 minutes left on the stream. We can fill up that bar, go for the full extra hour. We'll get into some tier maker lists with all of you. We can really get you sounding off in the chat if you want. Or
I'm sorry, but like also
Yeah, chat. If you want the tier maker, you got to get us more time.
Yeah, we gotta fill up that
also,
bar.
Mount
We gotta fill up that
Coronet
bar.
came in with a highlighted message, and I know they redeemed channel points for it. But if you're gonna redeem channel points to say Persona
be
is
for real.
overrated, like I'm sorry,
be
you're
for
getting
real.
timed out. You're getting timed
be
out.
for
That's
real.
on you.
Roller Champions Bless. What do you think? You and I play that for about a week. You think more? What do you think?
One day, I think one stream. We'll play
Okay,
it and never
here's
again.
the deal. Roller Champions has a gigantic, like, skill gap where if you are just novice, you'll have fun and you'll laugh, and then there will be kids that are way better than you, and you will never want to play the game again. That's how it went through with all of my playtime at PAX West back.
I don't want to be mean to Roller Champions, but it just
I'm excited
every time
for
I
it.
see it, it reminds me of Destruction All Stars.
Oh no, it's better than Destruction.
Is it
All-Stars.
better?
It'll be better than Destruction.
Okay.
All-Stars. For sure, for sure. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Should have just made Twisted Metal, y'all. Should have just made Twisted Metal.
Yeah,
don't know
I
what we
played.
were
I mean,
doing
now they
there.
are. Now they are breaking. Well, actually, no. I think
Just
they got.
made
I think it
Twisted
got
Metal,
stripped away from them. They were gonna make Twisted Metal, and then PlayStation was like, actually, no. You guys did a bad job with Destruction All Stars. Never mind.
I need a really good 2022 video games tier maker list because the only one that I can find is like the games that are available on this list
let's
are
do a
Elden
ran-
Ring, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Horizon,
Let's
Kirby,
not
and
do.
Star Wars.
Let's not do 2022. Pick a random year, Barrett.
Okay.
Pick a year anywhere between
Ooh.
2015 to 2022. Not this year, you know what I mean? Like, let's pick a year that actually happened and do it. But, Twitch chat, we're not
A
going to
year
do
that
it
actually
unless we
happened.
fill up this bar right now. We got to fill up this bar at least to halfway so we have some time. So, we all gift out one tier, one sub. We can fill up this bar, keep it going. Here's the moment. Do y'all want to do it? If you want the tier list, let's do it right now.
Ooh, we could have played some Stanley Parable. I forgot I had that. I've been wanting to play Stanley Parable. Yeah, and chat, throw in the years that you want us to tier.
I already have one picked. I already have one
Okay.
picked.
Oh, you
he's
got
got
one?
one pick.
Okay.
Now, we got to hit,
If
we
I
gotta
had
hit
to
at
pick,
least
I would go
1/4.
2018.
We got to hit at least 1/4 minimum.
Yeah, Blood Hunt is like on that. It's like on the line for me. Of
You would
I
have
would
more
play
fun
this
if I
game.
was playing with you. If me and Andy
Yes.
were playing with you and we were talking and actually playing it, you would have had more fun. You see the mechanics, you see the gameplay, you see
Yeah.
the idea there. You
like
know
it
what I
seems
mean?
like a fun game. I could see like if I had
You can
friends
see
playing it with me, I think I'd have a really good time with it.
It's in the Rolodex. It's in the Rolodex. It's not the top, but it's in there, right? It's in there for sure. Right,
I
there
still
we
gotta
go.
try out the other classes too.
We got James07 gifting out a tier 1 sub, Cal gifting out a tier 1 sub, I gifted a tier 1 sub. We fill up 1/4 of this bar. We'll do the tier list right now. We got it. We got to fill it
How
up
is
though.
it
so we
already
got
one?
time
Have
now.
we been really going for that long? This stream went by fast for me.
I mean, yeah, all of a sudden you started throwing out crazy takes and everybody was like on fire.
I don't know if it was me. I don't know if I'm the one throwing out crazy.
It was crazy.
All
It
I
was
said,
crazy all of a sudden.
chat. All I said was that Horizon Forbidden West is a banger, and
He
the
said it was a
world,
banger.
the world caught on fire. Nobody could take it. Nobody could take the truth. A very simple truth, by the way. That's not a hot take. Oh man, Horizon Forbidden West, this fantastic game with fantastic gameplay and a fantastic story, is a
game.
banger.
I don't know.
All of a sudden, the world can't take it.
Yeah.
All I do is speak the truth, and people go crazy. A hot take. Horizon Forbidden West, a banger.
Back to the futon, but the
I didn't
issue
even like
is
Zero Dawn that
it's a
much.
different game. It's a battle royale. Halo's an arena shooter. Halo doesn't have battle royale. It's not the same. Different game.
See, the problem I'm finding with the 27 and any of these like specific years is that like none of these lists actually give me all of the games. I think I found one that it gives me enough.
Okay. Well, we have filled up 1/4 of that bar, so
Yeah.
we will do the tier list. If we continue on, we'll keep having some fun. We'll keep playing, y'all.
All right.
The June Ninja in chat says, Bless looks hot. And I was about to be like, oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Then they
Yeah,
follow
you
up
do
and
look
say,
good.
They follow up and say sweaty.
Wow.
I just got oily skin, you know? Like I can't
Is
help
it
it.
hot down there?
I'm not even that hot.
It is like a nice day in San Francisco. It's not hot today though.
It is.
All right,
I do
here
wanna
we
be
go.
outside. I wish we could stream from outside.
So this is the 2017 list that I found that had the most amount of games on here.
Okay.
But not like I don't know if it has all of the like big things. So we got Call of Duty World War II, Neo, Warhammer 2, I'm gonna say, Night in the Woods, Fortnite, Destiny 2, Injustice 2, Mario plus Rabbids, South Park: The Fractured Butthole, Persona 5, FIFA 18, The Evil Within 2, Dishonored: Death of the Outsider, Dead Cells, Cuphead, Assassin's Creed Origin,
man. You picked a year for this.
Crash Bandicoot, Insane Trilogy. Was that 2017?
I don't know. See, I don't know if we should do 2017.
I don't know what the fuck this
2017.
is. I don't
This
know
year
what
is
this game
too
is.
good.
Doki
Doki Literature
did you know-
Club, ARMS, F1,
remember ARMS? Oh my
2017, Fire Emblem Heroes, Forza Motorsport
Oh my
7,
God.
Hollow Knight, Horizon Zero Dawn, that one game with the lady.
That's Hellblade.
Hellblade. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Clone Hero. That sounds like a made-up game. Shadow of War, Danganronpa V3, Little Nightmares,
Oh, I
Sonic
like those
Mania,
Shadow of War games. That one
Dirt
sucked, though.
4, PUBG, Prey, Project Cars 2, Super Mario Odyssey, Resident Evil 7, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Pyre, original Divinity Original Sin 2, Wolfenstein 2, and Nier Automata.
I'll say it off the top, right? I think
Say it
this
off
year is
the
going to
rip.
have the most S tiers out of any year
Okay.
that we could have done.
Yeah?
I think 2017 is an incredible year. Yeah, like I had such
Okay,
a tough time putting
throw out
together
your
my
first
top
one.
10.
Yeah, what's your
Okay,
first
well,
S tier?
what- Breath of
We're
the
not
Wild,
ranking it. We're giving them S
tier,
rank.
tier.
So
Breath
get
of
it
the
up
Wild
there.
is S tier,
Okay, S tier.
straight up. We don't have to discuss it. Mario Odyssey,
Mm-hmm.
S tier, straight up.
Straight up, he says. Straight up, y'all.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
You said you disagree with that?
No, I don't disagree with that.
Oh,
Battlefront 2?
That's probably
E tier. Because like,
E tier,
what
okay,
are we
okay.
judging by? Are we judging by like because Battlefront 2 got better?
it got better.
Or are we talking about where they were at? Because at the end of by the end of 2017, Battlefront F tier.
You know what? I will say D tier even in that year just because of how
I-
good the dogfighting was. And that's
But,
it.
like,
That's
I
the
would-
only
you remember the
redeeming
loot
quality.
box
Everything
controversy?
else.
Grade.
What?
The loot box controversy was bad.
Yeah.
for
Loot
Battlefront
boxes
2.
was bad, but we're gonna talk about another game with loot boxes that was bad. Another game with microtransactions here.
Which one is that?
That's that Lord of the Rings game right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's Shadow from Middle Earth game. You play half of it, and then it resets the whole entire map with higher level orcs, and you either go buy orcs or you have to redo essentially everything you built up for. That was a slap in the face. People were not pleased.
You're right. I didn't beat it for that,
That was
reason.
very bad.
And like Shadow
It
of
was a good
Mordor,
game. Good game.
Shadow of Mordor, one of my favorite games of 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow of War did not even finish it, right? Because of that stuff. Oh, but
That was a
the
lit
gameplay was
game,
still
though.
good though.
Well, a game. I mean, it depends on where we're judging it. You know what I mean? Like
C or
for
B?
me, that's a B game. But those microtransactions and the slap in the face, I mean, that's a huge issue right there. But it's a B game. It's a solid game.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
a
going
good
C.
game.
I think I would say C. Like I
Okay,
also just
you'd say C?
the Nemesis system also just went like too far. You know, like I think the
Yeah.
Shadow of Mordor, the Nemesis system felt contained. It felt like you could like kind of build relationships with the different orcs that you were kind of like leveling up or bringing down and taking off, right? Like you had control over the Nemesis system to some extent. Shadow of War, I think, busted it wide open too much to where it felt like things would get kind of out of hand and like not as personal in terms of like your relationship with the orcs and shit. Like I feel like it lost a lot of the magic that the Nemesis system had originally. So I'd put that at C tier.
Okay.
I think it's a step down from.
I would, you know what? Another S tier. I'm gonna throw out Cuphead.
Yes, 100%.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. That's an easy
100%.
one.
Sonic Mania. I'm wondering where you guys are at because I would put it at like a B.
No way. That's at least an A tier. I would go A tier for Sonic Mania.
I wasn't a Sonic guy. I bought it, didn't play it.
Like I have half a mind to go.
I think
S,
it's
but
I
I'm
think it's the best Sonic
Really?
game, but I still think it has a lot of flaws, and the gameplay is like just, you know, it gets in its own way a lot of the time.
I think it's the best Sonic game. I think gameplay wise, it's pretty immaculate. Although, like, I do think it still has the inherent flaws that 2D Sonic has, just in
Right.
terms of like momentum and getting stopped and all that shit. But in terms of presentation, the game is gorgeous. In terms of music, the game sounds incredible. Like Studiopolis Zone, I'm still banging to this day.
Always banging.
I'll let it go to an
there.
A. I'll let it go.
Yeah,
to
like
an A.
I think that's
an
an
A.
A.
That's
Let
fair.
me go
That's
to an
fair. South Park Fractured Butthole, I would
Ooh.
put at like C or B.
I think at C. I think
Really?
C is-
I think that
I'd
was,
go with B.
I
I
would
think
go,
those were good.
I think it was a disappointing follow up to the first one. I think similar to Shadow of War, like they almost like went too far. I remember there being like so much DLC for that game too. Like it was a cool like story follow up and just like them doing superheroes instead of the whole like Game of Thrones spoof. But everything else besides that, like I was just more into the first one.
Yeah, South Park Stick of Truth, I think, is like, I would say that's a classic. Like, that, again, going back to 2014, that was one of the best games of 2014
yeah.
for me. And Fractured But Whole's another one I didn't finish. I didn't like how they changed the combat system. I should have liked the superhero stuff more than the fantasy stuff because
Yeah,
the superhero
yeah.
stuff in South Park the show was phenomenal. That was a great season of
Yeah,
South
that
Park,
was a
and I
great
think this just
season.
didn't live up to that. Nier Automata, I'm putting at S tier, easily. That's one of the best video game stories
Even
I've ever experienced.
the little that I've played of it, I wouldn't argue against that. Wolfenstein 2.
Ooh,
The Wolfenstein's high.
I
think that's
put-
A tier.
I think that's A tier as well.
Yeah,
That's A
a
tier for
solid
sure.
game. They crushed that.
one of the best stories of that year as well.
Yeah,
Like I
100%.
can't believe how good that game was. Like
My
cutscene to
God.
cutscene, I was enthralled.
They
The
crushed those games.
like the reveals in Wolfenstein 2, like I'm surprised that like we don't talk about it more openly in the way that like we talk about Luke, I am your father type shit. Where like there's so much shit that goes down in Wolfenstein 2 that like I constantly want to bring up of like, yo, you remember when you
God.
met this character? You remember when you went to this place? You remember like
All-
when this
all I'm
person
gonna say is, like,
died and came back?
I'm not gonna.
like
Not talk about specific character, but there's a sequence in that game where a character gets their head cut off, and then like other characters work really hard to make sure that character still lives after their head getting
yeah.
cut off. The end sequence of that game is you going to fucking Mars and killing space Nazis. Like Wolfenstein 2 absolutely kicks ass.
It was
that
lit.
game fucking slaps. Is Golf Story
They-
on this list?
No,
They should make
unfortunately
a.
not.
They should make a Wolfenstein 3
Oh,
that would be
100%.
and like drop it this September or
Yeah.
October.
Dude, oh my
That
god.
would be
if-
really
Spoilers,
lit,
Barrett. It's a 5-year-old
Here.
game at this point, y'all. If you haven't played Wolfenstein 2, that's on yourself.
That's also like
And it's not a long game. It's not like
That's-
Persona 5 where I'm spoiling a thing like 100 hours in. It's like a 12-hour game, guys.
it's also like one like very small spoiler in a game that has like a billion things.
I
a
know,
billion
dude. The
crazy
second
things
half of
happen.
that game goes like in so many places. It's like fucking moment after moment after moment.
I mean,
Here's
what you
I know
got?
this is a
What you
hot
got?
take.
Give us your hot take.
PUBG
Okay.
B tier.
B tier.
I think at the time, in the moment, maybe it could have been considered S because of the influence and the moment it was in terms of like active users and all that stuff. But like, time just hasn't been good to PUBG.
PUBG, when that came to console, was really special because it was one of the first and only battle royales to hit the console landscape over on Xbox. And it was really, really special. It had a lot of flaws. It did
lot
not
of flaws.
run as well as its PC counterparts. The game on controller was just not as good as mouse and keyboard. But like, I spent over 400 hours this year playing PUBG, and it was something special. We had so many incredible moments. But yeah, that's a B or C if you're grading on quality of it all. But that's a good line. On
Like that's
B.
like an A moment,
It's a
right?
special
Like it's
one.
a moment in history. But
Oh,
then,
that's
yeah,
a huge moment.
I do remember
Huge
it coming to
moment.
Xbox and me trying to play it and me being like, this is literally hurting my eyes. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass out if I keep watching this game run at some of the worst frame rate I've ever seen in my life.
I'm gonna throw out Assassin's Creed Origins.
Oh, was that the refresh?
Yeah,
'Cause it
that
went
was the
Origins
first game.
Odyssey.
Refresh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a special one, bro. That's when they were like, "Yo, we're gonna elevate this," and I liked that. I
would put it at A tier.
A tier.
I would put it at
I
the
can't
same
argue 'cause I've
level
not played it.
with Wolfenstein 2.
I think Arms is D tier.
I respect it.
Arms. Never played that. Never played that. No.
I was so bummed out by Arms.
See, now I'm gonna give you a real hot take. You ready for this? In 2017, I went on Wax and I said that Fortnite was Game of the Year because I could see it, I could feel it, I played it, and it was so much fun. That Battle Royale in 2017 when it came out on the
Yeah.
back half, it
That was
came out in like
special.
September. That was special, and it was very, very good. That game you could see was about to blow up and take over the world, and it did. But like Fortnite for me, that was Game of the Year for me on 2017.
So are we
That
putting
game
it
was
at S
so
tier
good.
then?
I mean, for me, it was S tier, but like
I think it's
I could
S
see an
tier.
A.
Okay.
But it was there, bro. That game in its first months was incredible. It was solid.
I want to
Yeah,
throw
I
out
think Fortnite has to be S tier.
Yeah, it's so good.
Persona 5 S tier.
Fuck yeah, I forgot about Persona
Ooh,
5. Yeah, that's
okay,
S tier.
okay.
That's S tier.
2017
That's the
was
thing about this year is that this
stacked,
year has
man.
too many S tiers. One I'll throw out:
Solid one. Solid one.
Hellblade, A tier.
Hellblade, A tier. We just played that
Yeah.
recently on stream. Everybody got to see it live.
Yeah.
It was a great time with me and Andy. We really enjoyed that.
The one thing keeping it back from S tier for Hellblade for me is I think the combat is not immaculate. You know, I think like that's kind of where the game falters a bit, is that the combat system can get really repetitive and it's not as dynamic. It doesn't have as many interesting like things going on in the combat. Like it's very one note in terms of like slash, like block, like, you know, it's very basic in that sense. Everything else, you know, the FMV, the visuals, the way it uses sound with the binaural audio, right? Like what it's going for in terms of depicting psychosis and mental health, like what it does with the voices. Like it is such a special game. Like that's another one that I'll use the word special to describe. But yeah, I think the gameplay holds back a little bit.
I'm
Mario,
excited to
I love
see
the
how they
puzzles, though,
elevate
in
that combat. That's the conversation that they have when we look at number 2, is the conversation around combat is the big one, as you just brought up. And like people have said that they're going to elevate that. So it'll be very interesting to see how much better that can get.
I want to throw out next Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at A tier.
A
I
tier
agree.
is good.
I agree.
That's a solid game. It's a solid game.
And also,
But let's-
just Mario Plus Rabbids, also
Oh, so good.
A tier.
So good. That's baby's first XCOM.
Yeah.
And if you aren't into big tactical RTS games, right, where it's like slow down, you pick the spots, like you should play that game. That's a very good game. It's a
100%.
very good game. Very good game. Let's talk about Dead Cells because I know y'all played it just like I did. Dead
I
Cells
can
is
go.
great.
Dead Cells could fluctuate
I
between
would,
A and
would,
S.
Punishing.
I would go C for Dead Cells, honestly.
No way.
C?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking minimum B. I was thinking B at least.
I
thought
like
that
I've
game
tried
was
roguelikes
great.
for years and waiting for, you know, a game to get me into the genre. Dead Cells was another one where like I remember I played it on my trip to Gamescom that year. And that's the only time I played it, and I never thought about it since. That did not have the staying power for me as other people.
See, I was gonna fight for A with a half a mind to even bump it up to S if you guys would have been with me on that.
Wow.
Like,
I'll let it go
Dead
to A.
Cells-
I'm not letting it go to S. For
I'm
sure.
an AB. I'm an AB man. I'm an AB man.
I think I might put it at. Yeah. Okay. A. I think A is appropriate then.
Okay. That's a solid. That's a solid game. That's a good
Chunkinator
game.
asks Mario Kart 8 not S tier. The only reason I wouldn't put it at S tier is because the only thing it really did, other than like finally let us play the game or let us play the game on Switch, is that it packaged in the DLC. Like if we're talking about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, like I would have liked to see, you know, more fresh tracks on there, and we're finally seeing that 5 years later. And I personally think that's 5 years too late. That's just me.
Man, this is too powerful of a year because like it's hard for me to think about things that aren't gonna land in S and A because I look at Destiny 2 and I think Destiny
Let's
2 is
talk
A
about-
tier.
I would put B.
I would probably, man, Destiny's so tough for me. I
Destiny
love
2 was
Destiny.
think
like,
back to
some of the-
2017.
Yeah, and definitely
That
in that
first month in
moment, like
2017.
building up to the first
Yeah,
raid
you're
and
right,
stuff like.
Bless.
But
Solid.
even after I did my first raid, like I was out.
I was out after my first raid also, but
Yeah,
that was also
yeah, that's
that was
how it
also
goes.
80 hours in. That was
you
also
played the
80 hours of me
content.
playing.
I think I'm an A-B situation. I could give it A on some days, B on the other days. But I think Destiny 2 was high. Destiny 2 was very, very good, especially after
I
the
can see
experience
that.
of Destiny 1.
Mhm.
Like what they did with 2, for sure.
I can see it at B, I guess. Then
I'm an
To
A-B man
meet
on
in the
Destiny
middle.
2.
I would
can go
also
up and down.
I would also argue for Injustice 2 at B. And that's only because like
Ooh.
it's
That's fair.
very beautiful game, very great gameplay, really fun story. Similar with the microtransaction, the gear stuff in that game, I think is what brings it down for me personally.
That's the thing is that's what turned me off from Injustice 2. I'm a
Yeah.
big NetherRealm fan, but and I really like the first Injustice. Injustice 2 I didn't play as much of because I just got very like, I was just very not into like the gear stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the gear stuff was weird. Yeah, gear
Yeah.
stuff was interesting. I mean, those games are just so much fun. The story as well, the campaign, like you actually want to play it. I like that a lot. Character list, good.
Another one, Resident Evil 7. I
Too-
could see
too
that.
scary.
Second half sucked, but the first half
Yeah.
incredible. I mean, just like the same one happened with RE Village. That first half of the game, they do incredible. And then like maybe it overstays at welcome. Maybe we just can't figure out what should be happening there to keep it going up. But like the first half of 7, awesome. Inside the house, great. You go over to RE Village, everything after the dollhouse, stinker. Didn't need it. You know what I mean? Didn't want it. I'm thinking.
Is that including the like the Saw, the Saw type stuff where like you're going into videotape and like going through that sequence and then understanding the like, oh shit, all right, this is what I got to do once I get out of it? Because I thought that was cool as well. Like for me, like the whole game was dope up until that mazy area with the different floors and stuff where I was drinking whiskey that one time and got lost. Like that area. that area I didn't love it much.
That's the second half, Bless. So that's the second half. That's
the
where
second
everybody
half?
usually falls off.
I feel like that's like the
yeah,
last
bro.
fourth.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'd say it's second half, but yeah, that's the ending, Bless. That's the end.
Because that was the one part where I was like, oh, I'm not digging it. I feel like the rest of the game was dope. I would go B tier though for it.
After the dad, the mom is like so-so, the son, whatever. Like after that first initial part, it falls off pretty hard.
I think B tier is appropriate then.
Yeah, I think B. I think those are
Here's
solid
my
games. They did a
question.
good job with those.
Are we being too generous? Because there's no E or Fs, and I feel like we got like a good flow of like.
I mean, I wanted to
mean,
start
we can
off
be-
Battlefront 2 at
I mean, let's be honest with each other. Let's look at each other in the eyes. Was Star Wars Battlefront 2 really an F game? It's not. That's
It's not
a good
F.
game.
Is it an E
No.
though?
No, I see the actual like the gun gameplay and again, I would say the dogfighting in and of itself really like I would say the dogfight gameplay in Battlefront 2 is better than the game that they released Squadrons or whatever like a year or two ago that was all about dogfighting. Like I think Battlefront 2's is actually even better than that. Like that I think in and of itself
Okay.
brings it to a D for me.
I can abide by that then.
Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, which again doesn't seem right that was 2017, but now that I'm thinking about it, it must have. I would put
I didn't play that one.
I would personally put it at B tier. Because I think it was really great
I'm
to
down
see
for it.
like all of those games like fully realized in like modern setting. I know people who are much more hardcore like the hitboxes weren't the same and stuff like that. But for me, it was more of just like it was cool to go back to it. Maybe Crash Warp didn't hold up as much as I wanted it to in my head, but still great. That's a game that I always have on my Switch now. Of like
Okay.
that's all.
Yeah.
That's an easy like Alyssa's watching something on TV, so I'm gonna have something. That I play in the background kind of stuff.
Here's
I mean,
one.
the chat's. Oh yeah, go for it, Bless.
Where are you guys?
Well, the chat's
talking
calling
about?
out Call of Duty, and I'll speak on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
The World War games have never been good since World at War. Plain and simple. Everybody likes the modern futuristic stuff. Every time we have to have this bump in the road where we go back in time, it's just repetitive. The guns never hit the same. Call of Duty would be a D on this one.
Okay.
Wow.
It's a CD. It's a CD. Like you can have fun with that, but like it's never the same. And every year you do that, you just have to slog through that year, and nobody's ever happy with it. Nobody's ever happy with it.
I want to make
Prey
the
was
motion.
gonna be the next one I was gonna. Bring
Prey.
up.
Yeah.
So that's
Ooh.
an interesting one, just in case, like just in the fact of, are we talking about Prey in 2017?
Yes.
Or Prey as you can play it today? Because like the Prey that I played last fall on my Xbox Series X Oh man, that is
I like
A
the
tier.
Prey in 2017 was still great. The only reason it launched very middling was because review PC copies were bugged as fuck. After that, after launch, like because I remember it, Dan Stapleton was the reviewer of Prey at IGN. Gave the PC version like I think it was like a 3 or 4 because you know the game was buggy and like crashed his save and like ate his save and all this stuff. But then he went back and re-reviewed it soon after when they gave him a fixed version, like when they fixed the PC version, and then he was able to like, you know, actually judge the game as they, you know, visualize it, right? And gave it a great score. So
I
would
console
put
didn't run that great though. Like even playing it on my PS5, Prey doesn't run that great. Like the frame rate is pretty bad, and like Xbox Series X is where it really did shine because of the FPS boost, which I assume like you do on PC as well if you have a really great PC that could run.
Yeah.
I'd say Prey is A tier.
Prey, yeah, I would put it as A tier, even though that game was also too scary for me to finish. I would say
Prey's a
still in
great
like
game.
the arcane
it's a
design
play that
and stuff. Like, yeah, it's
I'll play that game.
fucking
That's a great game.
fantastic game.
Great game.
Too scary though. Horizon Zero Dawn.
I think
Is
this
it
might be the
banger
hottest
blast?
take.
I
think this might be the
want
hottest
it at
take.
C.
I put it at B.
Wow. Okay, you too. I didn't really play it, so I don't care. I don't care about it.
For me, Zero Dawn is a B. I like. Again, I really like that game, but I think it just had a lot to improve, which it did improve in Forbidden West. Like I hated exploring in that world. Like it felt so uninteresting to me. It felt like such a checklist game. And like I think that's gonna work for some people, and then for other people, it's just not gonna work as well. And like I also just didn't get it too into the story. Like the story felt like it was trying to set so much up in terms of this is what the world this is what the world is, and like I kind of do. I feel like as an audience, we knew that stuff from step one. It's like, all right, this is America. Like this is where we're at, and like the whole game is kind of about revealing that. And for me, it just wasn't as interesting.
Dishonored: Death of the Outsider, I would put also at an A. It's only not as tier like one. Dishonored 2 and even Dishonored 1 because this Death of the Outsider is kind of like Lost Legacy Bless, where it's like it was kind of DLC, but then kind of its like own release kind of thing, which like was a little confusing. I would say it was like almost like a watered down version of Dishonored 2 just because it wasn't as long. You couldn't the gameplay possibilities in Death of the Outsider I felt were limiting compared to Dishonored 2, but still with great level design and fun moment-to-moment gameplay.
On my last nerve says
Dishonored higher tier than Horizon. Give me a break, Joshua. Time yourself out. Dishonored any of the Dishonored games above any of the Horizon games any day.
AC Origins or on my last nerve says AC Origins is a checklist game and an A. I didn't play AC Origins. Barrett played AC Origins and put it at A. So like. That's how this
AC
goes.
Origins is a solid game. That was a nice restart to the franchise right there. That was what the franchise needed was this. And AC Origins was that. And then you got Odyssey from it.
To be fair, I'll put it down to B.
I'll
bring it down to a B.
He'll give you a B.
I'm not bad. I'm not bad.
Yeah. And also, I'm not. This is also me saying that like checklist games are inherently bad because I don't think that either. Like again, like I fucking love Dying Light 2, and I would consider that a checklist game. I just didn't find the checklist as fun. And also, like Horizon Forbidden West, I would say is a checklist game as well. I think the checklist is just way more interesting in Horizon Forbidden West. Like they evolved it. They added way more different types of activities that you can get into, and they made the checklist feel a little bit more dynamic, right? I still felt like there was shit in the map that I was discovering. Once I get to certain areas of the map and go like, oh shit, this is cool. Oh man, I do want to collect this thing. Oh man, I'm gonna add this thing to add to like my base back home so I can expand a certain element. Like I think the way they go about checklists in certain games can be better or worse, and I just feel like the Horizon Zero Dawn checklist just wasn't as engaging.
The last thing I have anything to say about is Doki Doki Literature Club. Which was like an interesting one because like everybody else at IGN had played it, and then they were like, Barry, you have to play it, and then I played it in an office, and then everybody stood behind my desk to watch me play it. So it was an interesting one where it's like I was playing this like obviously like front-facing cute visual novel dating sim where I knew something was gonna like happen since everybody was constantly checking in with me to see where I was at in the game. But still, you know, the initial twist, which I know is the only thing that like Mike really saw, like when him and Nick played through that game. I think that moment is like what is the left turn for this game? And you're like, oh my God, where is this going? And even the reveals after that of that initial moment you still don't see coming with the initial shock of the turn the left turn that game gives you. And I think the meta commentary that game gives you on like game design and AI and just like kind of making a commentary about like the dating sim genre in ways, like I would put that at least at A tier.
Yeah, I'll put it at A as well. Like, that's one that caught me off guard because I did play it in the way where it was me at home on my laptop playing this thing that everybody told me I should play, and like I played 2 hours of it, and I'm like, guys, this is just a visual novel, right? And like you get to the interesting moments of the game, and for me they were like mind blowing and engaging, and it was one of those things. It was like watching a car wreck that you can't take your eyes off of.
Yeah.
Right? It was just one of those things where like as soon as you get to that moment, I was like, all right, I need to keep going. And the more you kind of sink yourself into it, the more like dreadful it feels. And then you have the reveals and you have the cool ways that it kind of loops back around and goes, actually, this is the nature of this, which I think is done very well. Also, like the soundtrack is fantastic. Like the Doki Doki Literature Club is one of those indie game soundtracks that I look up on Spotify or YouTube or whatever and just listen to, because I do think that it's like it's a fantastically done score. And I do like the art and the characters and like the parts of the game that are even separate from the reveal shit, I think are still done super well. Like the visual novel aspects of the game are super cool. Like I recall the characters, right? I love the character design. I love how it looks. I love how it reads. Like I think it's a fantastic video game.
So I have no takes on the rest of these games here, so I have to defer to you guys.
Yeah, I can't even see what games.
So
are
we
left.
got we got Neo, we got Total War
Yeah,
Warhammer 2, Night in the Woods, FIFA 18, Evil Within 2. I don't know what the fuck this game is here, chat. You're gonna have to help me on that one.
That looks like I can't see.
Is that Phoenix Wright? But it says a 2 in the thing, and so I don't know like what the hell that is. Fire Emblem Heroes, Forza Motorsport 7, Hollow Knight.
Have anyone played Hollow Knight? I played like 3 hours of Hollow Knight.
Yeah, no.
But we'll just give that.
Roger did put in the chat,
and
I feel like because Roger has out of any of the kind of funny people coming in to bring their opinions, and he was the only other person. He said Hollow Knight at C tier.
We're not doing that.
I feel like we gotta put it at C. Since Roger was the only one who had an opinion,
they're gonna screenshot with me.
That's what he said, y'all. So Roger said, bro.
I am not part of this organization.
Roger said Hollow Knight C tier,
Roger,
so
you're
he's
crazy,
the only
Roger,
one out of all of us who's
They're gonna screenshot this out of context. They're not
People
gonna see
are not
you, Barrett.
happy with you, Roger. We'll just
They're
tweet
gonna
out
see
that's
me.
what Roger said. You know what I mean? Roger said that.
I'll take it off. I'll take
Alright,
it
thank
off.
you. I appreciate it.
I think this is Tokyo Mirage Sessions 2, I think is what chat's telling me.
Oh, okay.
Which apparently we have to play, Bless.
Tokyo Mirage Sessions 2. There wasn't a second Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Wasn't there Tokyo
No.
Mirage Sessions?
It's Ace
2?
Attorney.
Oh, it is Ace Attorney? Okay.
Yeah.
What's the 2 in there then? Ace Attorney's been around forever.
It might be like an Ace Attorney spinoff too, or a port.
Gotcha.
Are those games fun?
I hear they're fun.
I hear they're pretty fun.
Really?
Imran said the most recent one was probably
I know
has
he tweeted
his
that out,
most
that's why I
enjoyable
asked.
story he's experienced in the last few years.
That's crazy.
Little Nightmares, I'm gonna put also at B. I forgot that I played that. That's all I got.
Fun.
That's all I got.
Little Nightmares. on the couch.
Pyre. Have you guys not played Pyre?
I played a little bit of Pyre, but I don't remember enough of it to have an opinion.
People love Pyre, but yeah, I've not played enough of it to have an opinion either. Like I touched it a little bit, and I was like, all right, it's another one of these games. So I won't rank it, but shout
I
out
think
to Pyre.
FIFA's always awesome. I'll be the one to say it. FIFA's always awesome.
I mean,
We
FIFA is always
take
awesome,
the microtransactions out of the list. You know what I mean? Just like FIFA's always great, but they got
So
to figure out
S-tier.
something with that. It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable.
I actually
kind of
like that, Barry. Leave it there, yeah.
All right, if we're
FIFA
putting that at
rocks.
S tier, we got to keep Hollow Knight at C tier. You know?
How do they do
Oh,
this
God.
stuff? How do they- Get his face out of there. How do they do this stuff?
I'm not responsible.
All right, here's
Well,
the
that
thing,
was a
though,
fun
chat.
way.
Yeah.
Tell me.
We're past time at this point.
I was gonna say that's a
we
fun way
are.
to wrap it up. Yeah. If y'all liked this, maybe next week when we bring on Bless, the king of takes, we will do something similar like this again. Where we all can get around and talk about video games and have some fun. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Thanks for helping fill up that bar 1/4 of the way, and we'll be back here again. And yeah, maybe we'll do this again. We'll let you all vote as well in the chat. But with that, goodbye. Peace, everybody.